Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Dark Heresy Whispers of the Eye. My name is Dylan. I'm going to be the game master for this evening, and I am joined by Modius, Lothos, Phalos, and Barbosa. Each played by Lothos is being played by Spaz. Phalos is being played by Micro, and Modius is being played by. What do you prefer to go by?
Uh, Brian is good enough.
Right. And then Barbosa is
Go
being
by a lot
played
of things.
by Noctis Corvus. They make up our warband of acolytes in service to Inquisitor Balthazar as they travel throughout the universe investigating heresy and anything else that might pique the interest of the Inquisition. But before we get into that, announcements. So this is episode 4 of us streaming. We are here every Monday at 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, usually. Go ahead and follow our Discord. We're really active on there. We have a large community. This is a total tabletop production. So we have a lot of shows on the channel, different shows, different RPGs, different systems, and you guys should check them out. We have a full schedule below, and you can also go to our YouTube and see all the episodes that we've done in the past. There are quite a few at this point. We also have merch. We've just launched a couple of new things on the merch line. Follow the links to check that out as well. We have a new quarterly bit goal. You can't see the bar because I accidentally removed it. But we do have a new quarterly bit goal, and I will update you all on that as soon as I can. And I think that's it. So we're going to do a quick recap. Last time, our warband on the planet of Halcyon 9, having met with a mysterious figure known only as the boss, and him connecting the dots and figuring that they were the Inquisition, got a lead on the owner of Sistika Brewery, or Distillery, that they were investigating, a man named Macassus John. Upon returning to their hotel room, the warband reconnected with Modius, and they quickly hatched a plan. A care package sent with them by the Inquisitor had a fake writ of trade, as well as a single injection of a truth serum. The warband decided that the direct approach was the most viable option, drove to the distillery, walked in the main doors, flaunting their writ of trade at first, making it seem like they were rogue traders, and after asking for an exorbitant amount of the product, they were led to meet the owner, where things got tense. The warband having been drawn on by his guards. However, it seems that he did not want to openly come to shots with the Inquisition, and allowed himself to be injected with the truth serum, and answered every question they asked. The warband gleaned a little bit of information. Macassus John had recently seen a Magos Biologos of the Adeptus Mechanicus, who had perfected his brewery, or his distillery recipe for the liquor that they sell here. They got coordinates to a planet and a bottle of the liquor to have analyzed or drank, one of the two, and are currently on the shuttle back to their ship. So as you guys arrive in the shuttle bay of the Constant Vigil, the ship is in motion. There are people moving about, alarms and things over the intercom and things like that. It seems like we're just the standard process of getting ready to leave a planet and, once again, engage in warp travel, if needed. But the Inquisitor seems to know that you guys have been picked up, and seems to have wrapped up his own business on this planet as well, if he had any. So you arrive, people are moving around, it's loud, but it's normal, everyday things. There's no one to meet you this time.
Well, I guess we should get a. Should we get one of those machine people to lead us there, or should we try to walk there by ourselves this time?
We're not there yet.
We're not there yet. We're not that good at this place yet to just walk by ourselves.
Let
No.
us call his servitor to lead the way.
Okay.
I'll say you guys can make it around now. Maybe
Oh, yeah?
not to anywhere you want to go, but you had 2 weeks of warp travel, where all you had was, you guys would be able to get to like the Inquisitor's quarters, your barracks hall, and like the cafeteria, the hangar, shit like that. If you're trying to find something
Where's
specific.
the quartermaster? Can I find the quartermaster?
No, we don't want to find him.
Can I follow him to his quarters and murder him in his sleep?
That would not,
Barbosa, you learn your
that would not be advised.
That is not how you make friends, and this is me saying this.
This is out of character.
What does Phalos know about making friends?
That is joke.
I do know where the OR is. I was there not too long ago.
Yeah, I mean, what do you guys want to do?
I'm thinking we head to Inquisitor.
Yeah, I would.
Like we
I
should
would.
get
Do,
the-
I would basically get off, and I'd be marching straight to the Inquisitors.
Okay.
quarters.
This pressing matters. Yes.
And I'd be like, "All right, bring that box, yeah, their liquor, but don't let me have it. Not right for me."
Who does have that?
I believe that was I think
Modius.
you, actually. Yeah,
Did I
Modius
take?
had
Was I trusted with it?
it.
Cool.
You were trusted with it.
Probably for the best.
Turns out we were wrong. It's half gone. You like that?
Guys, I lost it. I don't know where it is.
How did you drink it all?
God damn it!
He starts just sprouting tentacles. Like
That one bottle.
Yeah.
He just instantly becomes a demon prince.
That one bottle was worth a planet, and you got.
It was delicious.
That
Didn't
one-
even taste that good for him.
It wasn't even that great. Just demon of like corn now. Just like, it wasn't even that great. Like picking his mandibles.
Chased it down with almond milk. Yeah, that's the first thing we probably should do. I mean, it's the most pressing. Yes.
Okay.
Inform the Inquisitor, since all the information is fresh in our mind.
And we find our way there. That was the tricky part.
Yes,
Yeah.
you guys will be
Oh,
able to
good,
find
good.
your way to the Inquisitor's quarters, having been there several times already, and having gotten a general feel for the ship. You guys can eventually find your way there. You might take a wrong turn here and there, but you can do it. And yeah, you are soon at the Arcoflagellant-lined hallway in front of the great wooden doors with the inquisitorial seal branded into the doorway.
That's
No one is
never
here.
gets-
No one is here.
No one is outside of the door.
Do we knock?
Is the door like? What is the door like? Is it like a sliding door, like metal door?
It
Is
is
it like an old
wooden.
coved oak?
Yeah, there's old wooden doors. It looks like there are cherubim that open the doors. They're just kind of looking at you with their dead baby faces.
I'm gonna look back up at their
Open.
dead baby faces and be like, "Right, open up, yeah."
One of them, or they both open their mouths, and there's a chorus of praises and litanies to the Emperor, litanies of protection and safety as the doors slowly creak open. And you guys find yourselves once again in the Inquisitor's study. When last you stood here, a woman was burned alive.
Right, fancy that.
Did they
Oh,
scorch
you
the
let
carpet when that happened?
Nah.
Good,
it- No, that's control right there.
good. Right.
That's
Just
what.
make
That's
that
why you
so
need
much
to
more
hear him.
scary.
Well,
A little bit.
we still think carpet is indestructible. We don't think it can be destroyed.
What sorcery is this?
Prove me wrong.
I need some new robes made of carpet. I'll be safe.
Shag
Yeah.
robes.
Like a ghillie suit.
You're like a
made of-
fucking Wookiee.
This-
Oh,
A Wookiee with robo arms.
oh.
Okay, then. These Is the Lord Inquisitor here?
Yeah, as you guys walk into the somberly lit study, you do see his command throne is vacant, and the numerous servitors that are categorizing and moving and collecting books for study or acolytes or something else silently sort of trundling across this carpet. You do smell the Inquisitor's pipe. So it's presumable that he's somewhere in the room, and after you sort of walk around a little bit and explore these shelves, you guys will find him up on the second floor, or the second sort of balcony of this great viewing screen and command throne. And he seems to be just reading over, a massive book, huge text. He's armed just with his sword and dueling pistol, not in his armor or anything like that. Casual inquisitorial robes of like the almost Renaissance era Victorian puffy sleeves and leather with the tall, wide-brimmed hat with the witch hunter's insignia borne upon its head. And the smoke from his pipe is sort of twisting and curling around the implant where his lower jaw used to be, drifting up through the strands of his mustache, and now you see lowly hooded eyes. He's not a very old man, but it seems like the years have weighed on him, and you're unsure of how old he actually is. But he looks to be maybe in his early 40s.
Does he not acknowledge us yet?
He seems to be deep in thought. And the carpet is almost silence, aside from the motorcycles that the Imperial Guard drive outside the door. There's the scream of a commissar and several bolter shots as they are executed.
I'm gonna wave at Modius to hand me the box. Like, oh, right, hand me the box, yeah.
Let's just see if I can get his attention. This is kind of awkward. We're just standing here.
I guess.
I mean, yeah, with that, he's going to sharply look up. And for an instant, you feel the temperature drop a degree or two, and then it sort of stabilizes. Close the book shut, lay it down on a little side table. You notice there's a number of actual, chairs and couches and reading areas and desks and things up here, too. It seems to be a general use library. However, it also seems like none of his acolytes are just like, yeah, I'm gonna go hang out in the boss's room.
Nobody's brave enough to read there.
I'm gonna now be spending all of my time here smoking cigars and drinking whiskey.
Until it kicks me out.
What is he gonna do? Kick me out?
What is he gonna do? Turn me into a pile of ash?
What's he gonna do? Turn me into a servitor? Ooh.
Maybe. Who's gonna do the talking?
My next character just sees Barbosa, servitor now, walking around, a shiver goes up his spine.
Roy, I do not recognize the user input.
They can't program that out. They're like, we don't know why.
Well, this one's fucky. We don't know. We don't understand.
This one's fucky.
He steals alcohol still and just drinks it. You just see him like in a closet, just like drinking bleach or something.
Yeah, the Inquisitor will lie the book on one of these side tables and take a few steps towards you all. Yes, I understand that your business on Alpheus is complete.
Yes.
Boy, in and out right quick and fast on that one.
Excuse me, Halcyon. Very well. What did we learn?
It is seeming that Lachesis John owed favor to Biologos, who requested purchase of Children's. It is not clear if Biologos intended heretical uprising, but is definite result of action.
Right, but he just cared about the kids, see? He just thought that them kids was special. He said, only them kids.
Yes. Now the one suspicious thing is
on his travels, he met the Biologos that assisted him with perfecting the recipe for the elixir that he sells, which is questionable. at this
Worrisome.
point.
I got a sample for you right here.
Yeah, I'll produce the bottle when he's saying that.
You're able
By
to
the way, Michael said it's a gift for you to stop you from killing a bloke. Just so you know, but I figure it's worth a planet, he says, so I figure it's a small thing for a planet.
This person's innocence will be determined upon his trial, should he come to it. However, he will pull out a command wand and signal one of the servitors over and program some functions to his, like, I will have my own Biologos examine that.
Understood.
Now, do you have the coordinates for the planet?
Give me the name.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys have them.
Icarus.
Okay.
His brow will furrow at the name, and he'll walk over. He'll lead you all downstairs now to the command throne. Punch in the data and get nothing. And you see his brow now furrow, and he begins putting in more things and searching deeper, and you see audio files being pulled up in video clips, scrolling text, and he seems to be consuming all of this media at once. To you guys, you can focus on like one thing at a time before it's moved or dismissed or finished. He's just absorbing it all, just looking it over.
I'm looking
Rose
over
is
at
just looking at the
Phalos.
pictures.
Yeah, I must-
Oh shit, that one guy got bisected.
Eventually,
Looking over my nod sagely, like I'm paying attention.
he will pull up a solar map of a small solar system. It only has 3 planets. One is in sort of the golden area that is habitable to life. And the data, the planet chart itself looks just very rough and degraded almost in its quality, like it was transferred several hundred times before the Inquisitor got his hands on it. And he'll sort of overlay another navigational screen over this solar system, and the coordinates will match up with this one planet. He goes, well, it seems you have stumbled across something, acolytes.
Right, one thing I forgot. Bloke calls himself the Machine Prophet. Yeah, I remember that. So, that's his house, I'm thinking, right?
Machine Prophet. Inquisitor roll. Inquisitor success.
That's like equivalent to a 1 for him, right?
You'll
Plus 80.
give me perception checks. We'll make them flat.
Okay.
Pass,
Hey.
fail,
Fail.
All right, so I'm gonna guess that doesn't pass.
New.
All right. All right. So Barbosa, maybe you notice it because you're better at reading people and situations than the rest of them. But you see just a flicker. One much more well hidden than the furrowing of the brow or the signs of not frustration but like effort he's been putting forward to find this information that he's pulled up. It looks almost like unease. But he will turn to you and say, I do not know of any machine prophet, Phalos.
I believe we went over this last time. That's not a thing, right?
You can do a Scholastic Lore Adeptus Mechanicus.
I got a plus 10 to that. I mean, on principle, I
It
feel
is
like
gonna
I should be offended.
It's gonna be like minus 30.
Shoot, minus 20 overall, so gotta be to 31.
So
Close.
close. Do you want to use a fate point?
Yes.
Yeah. I think you have to declare it before you roll it for the
Yeah,
plus 10.
I was gonna say it's a
but-
reroll in this
Yeah,
situation.
you can reroll. Oh,
Still close.
that was close. Yeah, that was good.
Still should have just done the plus 10.
Right.
Yeah, you can't. You don't know anything.
Is mystery to me. We do not have machine prophets.
Interesting. Well, what we do have is a planet that doesn't exist on standard Imperial records or maps. We have a rogue Magos, and that's enough for me to be interested. We will depart immediately for Icarus. Also, I'll turn off everything now and sort of regard all of you. You have done well in my service. I collect many promising acolytes. Few of them survive this long. Few of them are successful. Therefore, a promotion is in order. Neophytes, assume your roles, find what you can, prepare your investigations. Also, go see the captain. I believe she'll have some new... I'll sort of look at you all in your dirty, ragged clothing. There's like some new
I'm still dressed all
uniforms.
up. I'm still up and fancy.
You've also been to some pretty gnarly places in those clothes in the last couple hours. You smell like a brothel.
That's how I always smell.
Smell like the bloody gash.
We have been meaning
Bad
to
enough.
talk about this with you.
What, boss? All I want is a lifetime dream. Just give me a fucking recoil glove.
Well,
Well, I was just gonna quietly bow and start backing out of the room unless he had more.
he doesn't. He's just gonna look at you, Barbosa, and go, "Well, you can't have mine."
You can't. That's right.
Right. You know that quartermaster bloke's right useless.
Take it up
Can
with
I
the
kill
captain.
him?
No,
Alright.
no, you cannot kill my quartermaster. You're dismissed. Get out of my sight.
Leave. You're not
Right,
welcome.
right. I'll just kind of like nod and be like, "Thanks for the promotion, right?" And I'll forget, and I'll turn and walk out. And be like, "Fucking, what was a recoil glove? It's not even that rare. Fucking, you can follow them things anywhere."
Well, you haven't found it yet, so must be.
You're gonna find a fucking suit of power armor before you find a recoil glove.
Well, power armor has them built in, so the fucking problem solved.
Sucker.
Power armor, but the hands are missing. There's no gloves.
It's just the arms.
Ah, yes, the Mechanicum must be doing drive-bys again.
It's just little hands coming out of power armor.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys are dismissed. He's like, "Get the
Yeah,
fuck out."
You know, thank you, and a respectful bow, and I'll make my way out.
As you make your way out, no one's waiting for you. You guys
Oh,
are
man.
free.
So then, should
Did
we
we,
go speak to the captain then?
Wear off our welcome, and Stock and Barrel no longer appreciate our company, or
Wait, did
Barbosa, did you
Stock and-
scare him off?
Did Stock and Barrel make it back in time?
Yeah, right.
They left long before we did.
I would be hoping so. I think it is more that we do not need to be shepherded around ship as often. There's a servitor in Eyeshot.
You could summon one. You
That-
saw the control. There's
That.
control panels on the wallways.
Well, I guess
The
the
walls.
most effective way to locate the captain, whether that be a servitor or because I'm not.
It would be going to the bridge.
I was gonna say I was there just before I met up with you guys on the ship. I'd
No good.
Right. be able to get the way.
Then lead the
Please.
way, Modeus.
Right. Always look for a chance to see that pretty lady.
Also, fellas, congratulations on the promotion.
I like
Right. Well, I was
That's all of you.
To you as well.
Yes, that is
Right,
all
right.
of us.
So, we're neophytes now, or were we neophytes before? I'm right confused by that. I
You
didn't know we had
were acolytes. Now you're neophytes.
to- Right. Got it.
No, Barboza. About the back there, you spoke to the Inquisitor, asked if you could kill one of his staff. Did I hear that right?
Well, I was half joking, mate. Maybe he hated him too. You never know. You always gotta try.
Just joking a little bit.
Just joking with the Inquisitor, like we're best buds now. So,
So to the
Reason
bridge.
Yes, to bridge.
Go ahead, Phalos.
No, is the reason I stand a good 3 to 6 meters away from Barbosa in presence of Inquisitor.
just in case,
Just in
the
case
flames
he
come.
he bursts into flames.
In all fairness, it's also to protect you all. I was not his favorite.
All right, you guys make your way to the bridge, which takes a while. It's a large ship. There's another drive-by by the Mechanicum.
Did they go again?
Crazy bastards.
Man, they must be practicing.
Yeah, but as you get to the bridge, you can see that the ship is now in motion. You are moving out of standard space towards the reaches, probably just getting distance from the planet so you can safely open the warp gate and go through space hell again.
Safely, massive quotation marks.
And the bridge of a ship, this one is shielded, so there's no visible outward sight. It's monitors and screens and graphs and designations and things like that. You see several rows of Imperial Navy and Adeptus Mechanicus who are neurally plugged into these cogitators and monitors, directing and controlling aspects of the ship down to, the circuitry and the flow and the push and thrust of the engines. The captain, Cassandra Eoprim, I will show, is standing on the bridge in her Imperial Navy regalia, sword at her side. She does have 2 bionic legs and 1 bionic arm, as well as a bionic eye. You're not sure you don't know too much about her, but she is standing there sort of reviewing a data slate, and every now and then she'll utter a command. As she sees you 4 into the room, she will stop what she's doing and give a respectful nod. I hear congratulations are in order, and the Inquisitor has just sent me the coordinates for our next jump.
Right.
Thank you.
Apparently it's kind of hard to find. A little secret place. You like secret places? I like taking ladies to secret places sometimes.
No.
I'm gonna step back with Phalos.
Safe 5-meter distance.
She is not a psyker.
Just kind of like wanna.
As far as we know.
She'll just raise an eyebrow. Well, with that aside, I have your commissions, and she will produce basically a case, and it has essentially rosaries in them. But they have the signs of the Inquisition, the Aquila, and they are prayer necklaces as well. She goes, these are the new symbols of your position.
But we basically have our own, little fuck you badges now.
It designates you as a neophyte.
Not as a full Inquisitor, but it is some kind of
It is clout. It is something other than the signet ring, which basically is just like, hey, if you don't kill these guys, you could check this out and it'll let them pass. It's more of just like, it's a sign of your faith in the Emperor and the Inquisition, and a symbol of your new ascension to being a neophyte. You guys are still a ways away from being full Inquisitors.
Are these things that we would walk around hanging out, or is this something we'd want to keep tucked up and then present
Depends
it?
if you want people to know you're with. I mean, having that Inquisition symbol on it is already a giveaway that you are the Inquisition. Like, people
Got it.
don't just wear that symbol around. You know, it's not like, oh, stolen valor for the Inquisition. It's like, no, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Leave that corpse alone. Don't touch it. Don't touch that corpse.
In fact, get off the planet. Just go.
We don't want to be here anymore.
You don't want to be anywhere in this solar system, honestly. Try to get to Terra. Try to get to Macragge. Hang out with the Ultramarines. But yeah, it depends if you guys want people to know your Inquisition. This openly displays that you are part of the Inquisition.
For right now on the ship, for sure. I'm gonna just kind of take it reverently and put it on. Open.
Yeah,
Huh?
I'm gonna wear it like I'm gonna wear like chain hanging out when I'm around on the ship, but probably like when I go to planets, you know, tuck it up until it's time to like, oh right, by the way, and then swag on somebody.
Yeah, it also acts as a religious focus for you guys, too.
The drip is eternal, even in the 41st century. The drip is still eternal.
Oh, no, yeah, it's gold and, like, these redwood beads and, like, silver intricate filigrees and stuff like that. Like, it's beautiful work.
Amazing.
I'm just gonna kind of hold on to mine.
Okay.
Not quite put it on yet.
Should go. Now, on the planet Icarus, our astropaths haven't received any reply from that space. And from what we understand, it has been covered by warp storms until very recently. Within the last millennia or so, no one's been there. Apparently, the Adeptus Administratum made their survey of the planet and decreed that it was uninhabitable, as well as deadly, and restricted access.
Right, deadly high.
I don't know. It's above my security clearance within the Imperium.
Well,
Must
that
be
sounds
something.
charming, homie.
Deathworlds take on many shapes. It could be a sweltering jungle, a barren desert, a planet that is made of lava. But somehow,
Some place worth hiding at.
Right, well, it's a metal man, so, you know, it's not like he needs trees or nothing. Y'all need trees, do you? Right.
They're nice.
no, Mars has been stripped of its atmosphere for several millennia. Actually, since, like, before the Age of Strife. Mars was like, we don't need that shit. Fuck that.
Who needs air? Air's overrated, honestly.
But this hydrogen can be turned into plasma!
Look at this laser gun.
Excellent placement. Laser guns are excellent. Oxygen? What purpose does it serve?
It's flammable.
Well, other than yes.
Yeah.
If you need torch, oxygen is excellent.
The captain will have nothing else for you guys unless you have questions of her.
Just one, and that only implies to the length of travel to Icarus.
She shrugs. That depends on our navigators, but they are quite good. Given the distance and the reports from the navigators and the astropaths, several standard months.
Right. I hope y'all got a lot of liquor on this boat.
So last time I saw, we had a relatively shorter travel
Yes.
through the warp, and that one of 3 navigators I met was like
Almost collapsed?
Pretty-
Yeah, this is gonna
pretty
suck
warm from
ass.
okay. I don't envy them.
No, yeah, this is gonna suck dick. Especially since there was warp storms in the area for 13,000 years.
Let's roll the 30 D100s! Yay!
Whoa.
Okay, so if you have nothing else of the captain, we will say that
I'll also
got-
kind of let her know, like, she knows that I'm also a capable navigator. I'll let her know to call on me if needed. That's a long time.
Yeah, she will.
I'd like not to, but I also don't want to get stuck, in the warp if somebody collapses.
Yeah, she kind of looks out of place. She's like, oh, well, that's more of a navigator concern than mine. Your house.
It's a long time.
And their house. She just doesn't really know what to tell you.
Does not compute.
Yeah, I mean,
Are you-
her having influence or say in a navigator matter is like, she has no say.
Oh, I just figured 'cause since she was the captain, she might know what's going on.
She might know. She knows what's going on. She's definitely gonna know if her navigator fucking kicks the bucket because you're all gonna
Right.
die.
Fair enough.
But yeah, like as for helping them pilot the ship, their cabal is under contract, so that would be up to them if they allowed you to navigate.
Oh, right on. I was gonna say I'm okay, certainly okay not doing that. This is more of a like just in case kind of thing. So
Cool.
Whoop.
Okay. So yeah, we'll sort of fast track that. Warp travel is initiated. Lots of power, alarms, sirens, locking down, space shit, open a tear in reality and slip into the in-between. And you guys have about 2 months of warp travel. Given the time that these guys are going to be spending in the warp, I decided to give them a little something, because that's a long time with nothing really to do. So, I have allowed them all to essentially try and find something to increase. So, Modius, you wanted to research witches.
yes, that was my first foray into the inquisitorial battlegrounds, and it was an eye opener, and I want to know more about what it was that kind of took over my mind at a point, spoke to me in my head.
Yeah. So as you begin pouring through both the inquisitorial archives on the cogitator in your quarters, you can also go to the Inquisitor's library and find much rarer and, darker sort of books. Go ahead and give me a willpower check plus 20. Okay. Even though your eyes pore over heretical etchings and drawings and rites and runations and the mad scribblings of the heretic, you manage to keep your faith strong and do not succumb to its lure. And you learn quite a bit. You learn basically, that witches are unbound psychers. They are not all possessed by demons, but they are a supreme danger, especially to the Ordo Hereticus, because there are instances of a single witch destroying an entire planet. Like one person not turning in their children to the black ships. One guy didn't want to turn over his daughter, and she became a crazy witch and basically killed the entire planet. So it sort of definitely highlights the dangers of the witch and the heretic and what they can become. And so I will give you 1 tick and Forbidden Lore Heresy.
Love it. Thank you.
Alright, Phalos, what are you doing?
Yes. I essentially wanted to spend my time in just kind of the major areas of the ship. Who's ever in charge of any ground troops we might go with? Check out the captain. Make sure I know the guys in the OR, the med quarters, the tech priest for sure. Just essentially trying to improve my own reputation. I don't care that much about what people think about me, but it's been pointed out to me that practically it works better if people aren't at least actively hostile to us.
Okay.
So
Give me a fellowship check plus 10.
all right, I'm gonna use a fate point to make it another plus 10. So
Okay.
that's a 43 target. real low fellowship. Let's see what we
Vertical
get.
fail.
Yeah,
I mean, you get your face out there and you try to be nice. Most of the guardsmen are kind of standoffish, and it seems like Barrel's definitely sort of been spreading the word around that
Well.
you're not too great of a tech priest. But the other tech priests, like, they're perfectly fine. They acknowledge you, and they will learn your name and stuff like that. But the guardsmen, they're not really having it.
fair enough. Just laying the groundwork.
Okay. And then, what characteristic or thing did you want to focus on?
I wanted to see about. I mean, I guess at what stage do we just go in the whole time not knowing much about this place, other than it's dangerous? Because I mean, that's probably enough for me.
You want to do research on the planet?
I want to do a little research on the planet, and just based on the fact that what we've already gone through has been a hassle, that this place is probably worse. I'm gonna see about replacing the frail, damaged human leg with something better.
Okay. Yeah, especially since you're spending this time trying to get to know the Adeptus Mechanicus, they're not going to deny you the ascension of removing, flesh for the true flesh. And they do have less than they had before after the Battle of Altheus. But they do have a number of, functionable. They're not beautiful, they're not very nice, they're not super well functioning, but they work.
Hey man, it's like building a computer. You can upgrade later.
Yeah, they have a few of those. Go ahead and give me an influence roll. It's already plus 10 for, I think they're common. So go ahead and do it with plus 20. And then your ally's tech priest, right?
I believe that is accurate. I have Adeptus Mechanicus.
Yes.
Where are my allies listed?
It'll be at the top. Near your character information.
Yeah, where your age and build.
Ah,
are.
right there. Yes, I do.
Okay, so that'll be another plus 10.
So that's 20 altogether.
No,
30.
30, I think.
30. Okay. So that's a.
Plus,
Number
doesn't it count as
63.
lower for you?
Well, that's where it's coming from. Cybernetics count as 20 higher for me, but I think that's where we're getting that number because they're normally a little lower.
This thing is also, not the easiest thing to get a hold of on the ship.
Yeah.
I
did okay on that.
Yeah, he'll find a neat one for you. He'll find one that's sturdy and functioning well, and he will sort of put you under for the surgery, and when you awaken, your leg is completely removed. They have replaced it with this one. The socket and everything has been replaced and is mechanical. You are very sore. You will need a few days of bed rest. But you know how to take care of it as well. So
Come on, you think they really have anesthetic in the 41st millennium?
Yeah.
He was awake for that motherfucker.
You know what? I'd be glad to be awake.
Even
and
even if
feel
he was
the
awake,
removal of the
he
flesh.
would be so okay with it.
I'm so stoked. But yeah, in that downtime, at this point, we've done the thing. But just for what it is, I'm learning what I can about Icarus.
okay. You're not gonna know much.
Yeah.
The Inquisitor didn't know much.
Yeah.
That's why he's interested.
Yeah, like I said, wasn't expecting to learn anything mechanically out of character, but it's just what I would be doing
You
of recovery.
hear of a few death worlds. You find Catachan, which is probably the most famous one. Renowned for the Catachan Commandos.
We met some of them.
You did meet some of them. A Sergeant Typhus.
They'll probably have a green patch somewhere from them.
Just a bit. Just a little bit. And never a flake he keeps to remember the hatred.
One day. I'm already moving up. I'm a neophyte. That's more than I was when I met him. I'm gonna
That's
get
true.
there.
True.
Getting
Yeah,
there.
you know that death worlds are bad, but each death world is different. So it could have a toxic atmosphere, or it could be on fire. Or it could be both.
That'd be
It
fun.
could be on fire because of toxic.
Or it could have giant mushrooms that have tentacles that reach down and grab the back of your head and slowly suck the brains out.
Yeah, this is why I made the decision to try not to limp when we got there.
Or giant, just giant land sharks.
But they got centipede legs.
I'll just read about horrific things and realize I don't know which of these, if any, are coming.
Just must
it's a
prepare
good-
for them all.
Prepare for all of
Potentially
them.
all of them.
It's a good way to stay in a nice, relaxed state while you're recovering from surgery.
Everything is corn.
And that's how the tech priest became Batman. You have your anti-shark spray.
Anti-shark spray.
Well, don't tempt me. You're gonna wake up and your grappling
Yep.
hook's gonna be
Robin,
on.
get the shark propellant. Causes the shark to fucking explode. God.
Except
That's
I'm
an-
not gonna add bat. I'm just
That
gonna
was
say
in an old Batman movie. He was
that
like, "Get
was.
the bat spray," and he sprayed it on the shark, and the shark swims.
yeah, I'll just say tech instead of bat from whatever I need, and we'll just hand wave it.
Hand me the tech spray.
Gadget.
Um,
Just
Okay.
oil.
Lothos.
For most of it, Lothos is going to be spending his time with probably Stock and Barrel and getting to know pretty much the Imperial Guard of the ship. He's been on the Hive World most of his life, so definitely wants to get to know the Imperial Guard a lot better, considering they're the front line of the Imperium.
Okay. You got a pretty good relationship with Stock.
Barrel's a bit iffy.
Do you know anything about the Imperial Guard?
No.
No. Give me a fellowship plus 10.
Plus 10. Looking for 30. Alright. Let's see if this works this time. Don't break.
Not really. I mean, they'll like talk to you and like let you in and walk around, but they're not going to be like super buddy with you. You learn that they are members of the Steel Legion from the world of Armageddon, and that they were requisitioned by a debt, essentially, that the previous Inquisitor had to Armageddon, that he called in essentially to have one regiment of the Steel Legion on his ship at all times. And that's why they're here. And they usually do it in rotations. It's not just these guys all the time. Like whenever they're back in range of Armageddon or another ship, they will interchange Imperial Guardsmen for new ones.
Good then.
But always from that legion.
It's very interesting. And besides that, Lothos is going to be pretty much focusing on, considering he's been the only one knowing how to patch people up, he's going to be focusing on pretty much trying to learn more on the body, at least how to put it better, a little bit more efficient, and potentially tear it apart better as well.
There's probably a lore for that.
I was looking back and forth. There's a couple, but
Scholastic
really.
lore bio class.
Something like that.
I'm also gonna drop off some books on mechanical engineering just so you know how to help me out.
Yeah, to increase your Medicae.
Not a scholastic lore. I could just throw it into intelligence, if not Medica.
Yeah, just take the point in intelligence, because this is more just general study, I suppose, of you, like, because that's not even, like, hard to find knowledge, like, it's readily available, it's just, like, why, you know, when are you ever gonna learn how to be a doctor, unless it's needed?
Well, considering, somebody almost got torn in half by a mutant one time, and,
It is
we
true.
have- we have somebody that's, very accident prone.
He's Batman, though.
I don't think I've ever taken a wound.
I should correct myself. There's multiple.
That's not true,
individuals
you
that are
got-
accident prone.
You got stabbed by 2 guardsmen.
You did.
Oh, okay, that's true. But that wasn't in combat. That was like
yeah.
that was
was self-inflicted.
storytelling damage. That's storytelling damage. That's totally different from combat damage.
That's storytelling
Please.
damage.
It kills you all the same.
That alternate universe before you used a fate point where you fell off like a 6-story building.
But I also have hardy, so I always count as lightly damaged. So I'm like Wolverine. Like I'll be like about to die, and then the next day I'll be like, oh right,
You're
there'll be a
not
sword.
you're not a perpetual, but you're close. Yeah, what are you doing for your...
So the point, I'm gonna stick it into agility,
Okay.
so I get it up to 50 now. So
Nice.
I'm right nimble. So basically, I'm probably just like drunk and kind of bumbling around the ship for 2 months. Like this is how I get really
I
good at,
I don't know how that increases your agility.
because I keep falling down shafts and getting into the under place and having to crawl
You
around.
keep finding the cult.
like random
There's
little
like,
places
listen,
that I
you need to
shouldn't
stay
be.
the fuck out of here.
It's like drunken master style. I'm like, and then I also would like to see if I can get resistance alcohol.
Sure. Why not?
And then, yeah, I don't really have a whole lot of. There's not a lot Barbosa would have to do on the boat other than drink and whore around and.
I mean, there's always the Navy, and there's female guardsmen as well.
I mean, yeah, he's just basically wandering around the ship drunk for 2 months, like whatever he gets into, you know, like.
Well, you were, but then you got resistance to alcohol. Now you don't get drunk.
So now I'm doing Oh, that there was one other thing. He would want to see kind of not like super hunting it down or intentfully, but like kind of put his nose to the ground and see if there's any kind of like underground He knows that generally on ships there's like
Mhm.
contraband. Like he would like trying to see if he could sniff out any kind of like special goods or stuff that maybe the captain wouldn't really know about what's going on. Any kind of underworld type stuff going on the ship.
When the Inquisitors start looking for the contraband.
And I do have allies underworld, and I have 2 ticks in common lore underworld.
Okay, 1 second. Give me an inquiry check. You will not have the penalty, and it will be plus 20.
Okay, so
And
I'm gonna have to do. Okay, so because I don't know how that thing's gonna do it, because I'm not technically skilled. I'm
Just
gonna
take whatever stat
Yeah.
it is on, and then plus 20.
Yeah, so inquiry fellowship plus 20, perfect. My rolls are decent tonight, not
I know
all
you're doing
good.
well. Okay. It's gonna be through the guardsmen, and there's not a lot. It's basically small shit like gambling, smuggling some drugs, like minor shit like that. There's no like weapons trade. They're guardsmen. They have trophy weapons, which you might be able to like gamble with them for, but they aren't really comfortable enough with you yet to like put that kind of shit on the table.
I just want to like catch a few card games and do some drugs.
Yeah, you can.
like I just want to be like down in the boiler room somewhere, fucking just like smoking like a lace glow stick and like yeah, you fucking got me, mate. Like that's all Barbosa wants to be doing. Like
Yeah, sure. All right. Nice. We already did you, Lothos, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Are we
All
doing
right.
Odays?
Yep.
Yep, I started.
All right. So that is everyone. So after you guys spend these months in warp travel, and you guys do find your ways to pass the time, and you guys are getting a little more comfortable with your position in the Inquisition, learning a little more. You're also sort of getting briefs and dossiers to read and things like that are sort of learning you more about the Inquisition and things like that. You can start compiling your own dossiers, your own investigations, your own stuff like that. If you guys want to build that out of character and like have it in game, I can set those up for you guys. But yeah, after a few months, you hear that you are soon to exit warp travel. The alarm blares. You guys are again sent to your rooms. All the doors are sealed, and you exit the warp. The alarm from exiting the warp is immediately followed by the alarm of a proximity alert. And as you guys exit your rooms, we're going to take a break.
Nice.
So we're going to be right back, everyone. We're going to see what these guys just slipped out of space-time into as they arrive at the planet of Icarus, the death quarantine world, somewhere lost in the Imperial records. you're with us, thanks for stopping by. We're going to be right back in just a few minutes. Hope you're enjoying the show. See you soon. All right, everyone, welcome back. We are at Dark Heresy Whispers of the Eye. I am Dylan. I am the Game Master. We are joined by Phalos, Lothos, Modius, and Barbosa. They have just come out of the warp into the orbit of the forgotten planet, Icarus. As soon as the alarms for the exiting of the warp and the deactivation of the Geller fields was immediately followed by an alarm of go to battle stations. Proximity alerts, there's alarms and overcom speaking now. Your guys' Vox beads will actually chirp up and be like, neophytes, to the bridge immediately.
I will head to the bridge immediately.
And it
Let's
is
go.
the Inquisitor.
Make sure you
Okay.
guys have everything.
Yeah, I'll grab all my guns. You'll just see me like with an armful of guns sprinting down the hallway. Like I've got like
coming,
three
boss.
pistols. I've got like 3 pistols tucked into my waistband. I've got a sniper rifle and an auto gun in my hands. I'm like, right!
I just started blasting.
Yes.
Just
Guns,
kicks into the
check.
door to the bridge, just sprays with the auto gun.
Weapons, check. Tech priest, check. Three-eyed guy, check.
Also, my sprint speed at this point is like something insane.
Something insane. That's an understatement.
Yeah, I imagine.
Double
Is
is
it-
30.
is it-
My run speed is 30 meters.
Okay.
Because 5,
5, 10,
fuck.
15, 30. Yeah.
Fuck me, I guess.
I'm the quickest assassin you ever did
Alright.
see.
But you guys, you guys come out of your doorways, group up, and begin running to the bridge. It is a travel, so you guys can't be at a full run or you will collapse and die. But you can go at a jog. And there are guardsmen moving. There are Imperial Navy moving. Weapons lockers are being thrown open and distributed. There's no sound. There's no, like, turbulence. There's no sounds of guns firing yet. You guys do know that this is a Dauntless-class cruiser. It does have 3 main weapons. It does not have, like, a macro battery or anything like that. So, as you guys make your way to the bridge, you see the Inquisitor there, and he is fully armored now. And you'll see that he has added several purity seals to a sort
How
of...
badass does that look?
Oh, yeah, it looks cool.
I'm imagining
There are
it's pretty
these
badass.
wax seals with this scrolling litanies of text running down this large leather mantle that's seems to be reinforced with these adamantine strips down the back. He's sort of just wearing it like a large, almost cape. But you see that he's seated at the actual command throne of the ship, which is the primary command throne. His does the same thing, but and he is linked in, but he is fully conscious and just staring out. And he will notice your entry into the room and goes, "Acolytes, where have you led my ship?" I'm sorry, neophytes.
To Icarus.
Yes.
Say pull-up projections, and some of the workers down below will twitch and shudder as they maneuver the systems, and you'll see an outward cam will appear, and there is a large ship. It's very large. And it is Gothic. It is the steepled arches and flying buttresses and temples and shrines. It is adorned. And it has stamped on the side a sigil of a wolf. I don't think any of you have Adeptus Astartes lore, but you can roll it if you would like.
I've got all the lores.
I'll actually give you, Phalos, I'll give you a +10, because you were in the Imperial Guard.
And that is a 61 we gotta beat.
So I gotta roll a 17, guys.
So yeah, so we're just rolling basically -20 on my intelligence then, right?
Pretty much.
Yes!
Oh my god.
minus 20. Womp womp.
The rest of you are just like,
Oh, it's a big ship. What's the big deal, mate?
yeah, that's fucking big. We should be worried about that if that's bad, because it has guns. It's got
Right.
guns.
It's got guns.
It looks
for
like they're on our
days.
side, right?
Um,
It's Imperial.
yeah, Lothos, you're standing there, and you just feel a chill run down your spine. It's the Space Wolves,
Space Marines.
the Emperor's Angels.
I don't know.
Emperor's werewolves.
I don't know if I should freak out or be like fanboying right now. I'm not sure.
You should definitely be freaking out, says the Inquisitor.
Okay.
Why? Is there an entire chapter of Astartes outside of this planet that doesn't exist?
Well, mate, I don't know. I just knew where the planet was. Oh no. I only know where them blokes are.
He will, one of the adepts down below will speak up. He'll say, Inquisitor, we are receiving an incoming transmission from the Space Wolves. The captain looks very pale. She's kind of just standing there. She's not really letting anything. She's very pale. She's sort of gripping her sword very hard because she knows that this is fucked. She's sort of.
That's an understatement.
She's holding her command air, which is admirable in this
How
situation.
much would me, just a ragamuffin from the frontier world, know about like Space Marines?
The Emperor's Angels.
I know they exist, right? It's like
Yeah, they're legends. Like, you know, they're real. They're the angels of the Emperor, but like, you're never gonna see one in your life. No.
You're
Fuck
never
no.
gonna see one. Well, that changed.
it'd be
Um,
like Jason Bourne showing up or some fucking like or like what?
It's like
just-
if goddamn fucking.
it's like if Batman showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, Batman's not real.
Batman's not real, and he just showed up.
He just knocks on your fucking door like, I'm Batman. Like, you're a fucking psychopath. No, you're not.
You're a lie.
Do people know how big they are and like or
I mean,
whatever?
stories. There's like stories and myths, you know, just like
So
angels
it's like the
and.
myth, right? So it's like the myths of a Nephilim back in history, right? There's these
I
great
mean, but
warriors
they have
and shit.
machine guns
right,
and stuff
okay.
like that. Like, they are the Emperor's fury.
They got
Right.
big guns.
If they Space Marines, that's a good thing, right? They're on our side. They're gonna help us kill the metal bloke, the bad metal bloke. There you go, right?
Barbosa, if this was any of the Space Marine chapter, I would be on your side. Any of them. Grey Knights, Black Templars, the Ultramarines. But no. It is the Emperor's cursed Space Wolves.
Right, it's a cool name. What's so bad about Space Wolves?
Nothing you need to know. You only need to know that they are reckless, egotistical, and not to be trusted.
Right, sounds like we'll get along great then.
Wild dogs without leashes is what they are.
I kind of want to meet him.
The transmission beacon is still blinking on the view screen. He will just compose himself, sit up straight, and accept. And you will see the blonde, bearded face of a human, basically looking. The features are rough and sort of almost lupine in their angles and curves. It seems to be just basically just, you know, the upper torso, you know, typical transmission space thing. And we'll go, this is Chapter Master Ragnar of the Space Wolves. You have entered a restricted area. Leave at once, or you will be shot down. The Inquisitor will not appreciate this. He will stand and shout, "Silence, you dog! I am Lord Inquisitor Balthazar of the Inquisition. If you fire one shot at me, I will have you purged." And the face just goes dark on the screen. There's a palpable tension in the room. Modius, you feel the bridge get several degrees colder and permafrost begins to form around the edges of some of the machinery.
Roy.
Wow. Like, just beat a little.
Do you guys want to do anything? Or you just...
Oh, no.
What do we do?
I'm like, Barbossa's
Nope.
like, I don't think I can contribute to this scenario.
Would they be able to see everybody or just the Inquisitor? I don't know.
You
what
don't
the
know.
camera is, essentially.
Probably just the Inquisitor.
Okay, so I'm just gonna be set dressing. I'm just gonna try and look like,
Yeah.
I've got a rank in the Inquisition and I'm his bitch. Look at how impressive he is.
I don't know if I'm on screen, but I'm looking tough, right?
Just just be a posse, essentially. Give this guy some free
Yeah.
credit. He doesn't need, because he's the
You're his,
Inquisitor.
you're his
but
fucking
I-
hype man.
Essentially.
Yeah.
You're
hell
just
yeah.
like, oh
What you gonna do
shit!
about it, mate? Let's go for a fuck over here. You really want to have a go about it? Alright.
As you say that, do you say that?
No.
I'm doing set dressing, just like standing at attention,
Yeah.
just like
Can
at
I-
his
can I
beck and
just-
That's a
call.
big fucking ship and it's got a lot of guns. I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
Can we just like sew his mouth shut at that point? Like just like
All of you just clap a hand over Barbossa's mouth immediately. Just like, shut
Yeah.
the fuck up right now.
Barbossa is slowly sliding in the direction wherever the escape pods
The
are.
door.
Barbossa's doing
Right.
It is at this point that Captain Eoprim will speak up. And she will go, shit. Chapter Master Ragnar, we are the inquisitorial vessel, the Constant Vigil, here on official inquisitorial business. We ask that you allow us safe passage to orbit, at least. We have just come out of a very long period of warp travel, and our crew needs to rest. With these words, the tension will sort of slowly fade away, and the Inquisitor will settle back down into his chair. Yes, Chapter Master Ragnar, we would be honored if you would allow us orbit. Perhaps we would meet and parley. Ragnar will look angered. Go, just nod. Let us hope for your sake you do not suffer the same fate as Kisanos. You may dock. We will come to your ship. And the transmission will end.
Right, them blows is right scary, but
Who's Casanos?
how much does Lothos know of them? He just knows who they are. That's about it.
Yeah, you know that the Space Wolves. The Space Wolves are. They're heroes of the people. They are very much the protectors of the Imperium. They very much take over that sort of goal. They are extremely ruthless.
Space Vikings.
They have a very unstable gene seed.
turn into werewolves.
And they are still active. They are very much reduced. They're one of the smallest Space Marine chapters now, especially since their Primarch Lehman Russ took his own ship and one of the companies and went into the Eye of Terror to fight chaos. And he
He
said
wanted to find his spear.
he will be back at the Darkening, which is basically Armageddon for the Imperium. But they
They're
do still
space
operate.
Vikings, so it's like Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Like he's basically Odin. He's gonna come back.
Yeah, pretty much. Think of the Space Wolves as Vikings.
They're basically space Vikings.
They also drink.
They don't wear helmets because it's more honor to not wear a helmet.
They're weird.
So, also, like when they they literally turn into like space werewolves in power armor. When like they get like instead of getting corrupted or going, that's like what happens to them when they go over too far. Like they just randomly will turn into a werewolf.
We don't talk
And there's
about
like
them.
Neat.
there's a guy I can't. So Lehman Russ supposedly is the only one who's still maintained his human form, but like the group of space marines he took into the warp, they're all werewolves now, and so it's just this rampaging horde.
That is not canon.
No, that's like one of the theories or whatever of what's, but like because they've shown that there's space marines or space wolves in the warp that are like just fucking these eternal berserkers, just werewolves running around the warp killing chaos.
Yeah, Lothos, you wouldn't know that much. You would know, you'd know about them. You'd know their reputation. It would be weird that the Inquisitor was that hostile.
So I know them as like the good guys.
They're not like Ultramarine good, but they're Space Marines. They're the Emperor's Angels. They're the Space Wolves. They're famous.
They're considered to be like one of the like it's like them and the Ultramarines that care the most about people.
Pretty much.
Everyone else kind of just doesn't really give a fuck. But like they'll actually go like and do things for like they'll take losses in order to save normal humans.
No, they very much take on the role, sort of like the Blood Angels as well, as the top three sort of the trinity of Space Marines. The Space Wolves, the Ultramarines, and the Blood Angels are the sort of perfect representations of the Space Marines, with their flaws and all, except for the Ultramarines, which don't have flaws.
Captain America.
Yeah, you wouldn't know all that. You would just know the reputation that was weird. What are the rest of you doing after this interaction?
Right, mate, if we're gonna fight them, I'm gonna need one of them guns that shoots the big ball of fucking light. I saw one down on the planet, right? Plasma gun. I need one of them if we fighting them blokes. You got any of them?
We're not fighting the Space Wolves.
Right, sounds like a good plan. That's a big boat right there.
Ragnar will come aboard when he feels it. In the meantime, we will dock and prepare for our meeting. You all have led us to this situation, so you will be present. Consider yourselves lucky to stand in the presence of one of the Emperor's angels.
Right, I kinda didn't really believe these blokes existed, you know? Right, you hear stories, right, but it's kinda like meeting a living legend. One like the Inquisition. Turns out all the boogeymen's real, ain't they?
If
More
I
than
may-
you know.
Right, don't scare
Inquisitor,
me.
may I ask why the immediate hostility?
The Space Wolves have come to blows with the Inquisition before.
Oh.
Their ego blinded them to the righteous and proper path, and they were willing to slaughter an Inquisitor, as well as their fellow Space Marines, to achieve their goals. And in the end, countless worlds fell.
Right. So they're good blokes, but they cock up shit, right?
Their ceaseless, egotistical culture. Seems that Russ rubbed up on them very well before disappearing. You wouldn't know who the fuck that was either. But regardless,
If you tell me the Angels is not even able to, right, like, I bleed hell.
righteousness takes on many forms, Barbosa. I'm not saying the Space Wolves are evil. I'm saying they are brutish, egotistical, and violent. But I am not doubting their loyalty to the Imperium or the Emperor. You must realize that, as the Inquisition, we are the ultimate truth. We are not immortal. We are not all-powerful. Sometimes we must bide our time, lay our traps, and wait for them to be sprung.
You want me to lay a trap? I still got some plastic explosive I picked up down on the planet.
Do not blow up my ship.
Oh, not all of it.
Do not put explosives on my ship. Actually, why do you have those?
This is intriguing. Why then would this chapter even be at this desolate, unpopulated world?
Oh, that's a good point. This place is supposed to be secret, right? Off the maps and all that.
Yes.
Supposedly. Which begs the
Well-
question why such a large force of the Astartes have an entire battle fleet here.
This Biologos has connections, if not outright resources, to be making deals and trades to at least acquire 2 children's. It is... I am hoping he is not communicating to Space Wolves to...
You guys have been
arrange something.
traveling through the ship, by the way, talking to him as you're moving. He's leading you back to his study.
I am also hoping that the Emperor's angels would recognize a problem with someone claiming to be the machine prophet, rather than working with you.
Right, mate. Maybe they just here to kill him too.
This is my hope, but not assumption. I will make no assumption and learn what I may.
The fate of this machine prophet will be left to myself. You have new orders. You're going planet side.
Right. We know why it's a death world yet?
No.
What's wrong down there?
Don't worry, I'm already sending autonomous scouts down to the planet's surface. The Space Marines won't pick them up. They'll reach orbit and send up a few videos and atmospheric analysis.
Sounds good to me then.
Now, Ragnar will most likely come with a retinue. They will be armed, they will be aggressive, they will be looking for a reason to start a fight. Do not, unless your life or my life is in danger, react.
I think we're all looking at Barbosa right now.
He's just looking at his trench coat like I got the explosives right.
Just right.
I definitely have about 6 pounds of plastic explosive on myself right now.
just chuck me at them, I'll be fine.
Brought him up to the bridge. Thought they might come in handy.
I figure, you know, you throw that on one of them, it doesn't matter how big they are, it's gonna do some damage.
That's what you think.
Like, I totally do it. I like, huh! Sticks it, boom! Call of Duty. It's like, det pack, just stands there, nothing happens, yeah.
His refractor shield fizzles a bit.
How cute.
He takes
This
off your
fucking-
head with a fucking just backhand.
Power fist activates.
He just flicks your head like it's.
Now, you all are led into the study. He will be seated at his command throne. You guys will be flanking him, essentially. There will be other smaller chairs set out for you. Before you guys begin to wait, because there is a wait, he will address you all again. Remember, we're the Inquisition. Act like it.
Of course.
Right.
And he will settle back into his command throne Um, he'll put one of the dueling pistols on the table in front of him, but not be reaching for it. And then
Let's
just be
see.
staring out at the door, just fingers steepled, just this 1,000-yard stare.
I'm gonna begin distributing firearms, seeing as how I have a pile of them. Like I'll have
One for you,
Balos and
one for
Modius
you.
both an auto gun. I'm assuming Lothos has a sniper rifle. Yeah, no, maybe.
I do. I have all my equipment on me. I thought we were probably going to planet side soon, but
Oh yeah, with
so-
those alarms initially, yeah, I grabbed all my stuff.
geared up.
Well,
okay, so everybody's got like a long rifle now, some version of a large weapon. So
no,
or
those
basic
are the
weapon.
ones you got from. Those are the auto guns you got from Alpheus, right?
I want to say yes.
Yes,
Okay.
it was.
Yeah, I still have the one from there.
There were special ones on Halcyon. I just wanted to make sure.
Oh, the ones that mobsters have.
Okay. Yeah, and you guys have ammo for that. I will say, for this upcoming mission, you need to keep track of your ammo.
Got it.
How many clips can we have, or how many rounds will we dispatch? Will we go?
Standard combat loads. So, Barbosa, you have the double hand cannon Desert Eagle, which has an 8-round magazine. You will have 3 magazines of that. You
Okay.
have your sniper rifle, which I
And then I
believe
have
is a
2
5-round
automatic.
magazine.
I think the sniper rifles are actually outrageous as well for their mag capacity.
No, the mag on it's like a 40-round mag on the
It's,
sniper rifle. or
the
something.
sniper rifle has 20 rounds.
Yeah, 20 rounds.
Okay,
It's
you can
crazy.
have
I
you can
don't
have
fucking
you can have 40 rounds of fucking sniper rifle ammo because that's got to be a big goddamn bullet. And that goes for you as well, Lothos. Any of the ammo, if you guys have the same weapon, you will have 210 rounds for the auto guns for each
Okay.
one.
And then for my auto gun, my auto stub automatic or whatever the fuck
Your
that thing's
stub
called.
automatic.
I have 2 of those.
You can have 5 magazines.
Okay, so 3, 5. Okay, so let me make a note on my weapons.
What about for Dane's Descent?
That thing, you don't have to worry about ammo.
Okay.
Las weapons.
Las weapons, you have 5 charge packs.
And I'm sorry, for a hand cannon, you said how much? Mine only has a 5-round clip.
Yes, I will say you have the 5 rounds in the thing, and then an additional 35.
You
And
said
then-
I had 3 clips for the Dirty Harry, right? Or that's why
Yes.
I have it on my.
3
And,
magazines for the Dirty Harry, plus the one that's in it.
For the stub, my stub revolver.
Stub revolver, 30 rounds.
But just the atmosphere has me reconsidering asking the quartermaster for a heavy weapon. Not that I'm expecting he's got one based on his past.
Well, let's see if the quartermaster has something. I bet he doesn't, but let's see. Maybe we get lucky.
Okay.
Maybe he
Well,
can-
we might
maybe
want to
he
wait
gives
for
us
our
a
scouting
toothbrush.
reports to figure out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
fair enough.
Is there any more ammo issues?
Oh, I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, you guys wait. It's a while, so you can either meditate or smoke or whatever. You're basically seated on these sort of wooden seats. They're not thrones, they're nice, but they're sort of tall, straight backed. They go with the aesthetic. And you're sort of flanking the Inquisitor. We'll say it doesn't really matter where you are, on left or right side of him.
I'll have kind of scooched up next to him a little bit and been like, "Right, man, this machine prophet bloke. You know something about him?"
He'll sort of turn to you, the smoke from his pipe sort of wafting through over his hat and brimming underneath. That That's a question for another time.
Fair enough. I'm just gonna sit back and keep smoking my low sticks.
Yeah, go
Or
ahead.
cigars, if there's cigars in here.
Sure. You had 2
Never
months on the
turned
ship.
down-
You could have scrounged up some cigars. You want?
Yeah.
Let's say you want a case of cigars in a poker game.
All right.
I've upgraded my smoking standard with my promotion. I also needed to upgrade my tobacco, so no more
Very
low
nice.
sticks. Now I smoke cigars.
Yeah, they're nice too. They're very
I feel like
buttery.
I
They're
also
almost
need
buttery, like a
Maybe back in a
butterscotch.
I need to get a heavy weapon now. I feel like with a cigar, I also have a heavy weapon. Like it's only proper. I need.
What happens next promotion? Do you just smoke 2 cigars at a time, or?
He gets a
Then I
monocle.
Then I get a fancy hat.
Oh yeah.
You see, he gets a pipe, but he sticks a cigar at the end of the pipe.
It's like a little steamboat.
Eventually, I get that level. Like eventually, it's like when I become a full Inquisitor, you get the full Gandalf.
Oh yeah.
You get one of those cigarette holders that are real long, but you jam a cigar on the end. So it's still a cigar, but it's fancy.
It's like spearing a hot dog over a fire.
No, the cigar just gets larger and larger. Right now, it's like a little butt, but by the end, it'll be like a fucking log.
Just a fat fucking.
I'm chewing on a stick of dynamite. That's what's fucking.
I
It
am gonna
becomes
defend this.
weaponized. Instead of a baleful eye, I have a baleful cigar.
You just throw it at someone like a
It's just
torch.
Exploding cigars.
It's like it's a power knife. Like I pull it out and like little plasma blade pops out of it.
Power cigar.
You only smoke them halfway down because you know if you smoke past that point they explode. That's when you start throwing them at people.
Stupid.
Assuming I don't get any sort of sideways look that I should shut up because it's irritating the Inquisitor, I will spend this time just in quiet prayer to my own self. But it is in binary code to a slightly different god that's technically allowed but not his. So if I get the vibe that it's irritating, I'll shut up.
He doesn't care. You notice that the servitors have been excused from the study. The cherubim are still around, and they are singing litanies and carrying censers of incense and things like that. It is a very meditative place. It is his study, after all. So you do manage to find some sort of peace and serenity in the moment, and reflect and pray and do whatever. As long as you keep the dial-up noise to a minimum, the Inquisitor won't mind.
Be cutting my nails with my mono knife. It's the best nail cutter I ever had.
Oh,
I have an agility of 80 and sleight of hand, or 50 and sleight of hand.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a roll.
No.
So you said 80 for him? Like, holy shit.
Flat sleight of hand.
Please don't roll a 100.
Man, you gotta roll that 100. This is how
I
you
do
get
this in
upgraded
real life,
ability.
not with a mono knife, but just you stick
It's
the
it's
little-
cause it's a mono knife.
Space Marine walks in, Barbosa slices off
Slices
his
the
finger.
top of his finger off.
Do I get any special bonuses? Because I mean, this is
No,
this
it's a
is
mono knife. You're getting flat plus all your. You said you had all this great shit for sleight of hand.
Boom, motherfucker!
Oh, shit.
Yeah, see. So
I
you're
give
just
myself a perfect
shaving-
manicure.
Yeah, you're giving yourself a perfect
You can do
manicure.
me next.
You even just fleck it off and polish them up. You're just like an artist over there.
It's such a good job that it actually fits with the vibe of the moment instead of being a dirty pirate.
Yeah, you're just
picking his
smoking your
nails.
cigar and you got this mono knife just flicking off, just shavings. It's pretty cool.
just carve the image of the Inquisition into each one of your nails. Just like,
You just start carving the Inquisition into your hand, just like Space Marine.
Obviously, you did so well, you're just gonna cut the tip of each finger off. That way you never have to trim your nails again.
I don't need these.
To be honest, it's just one hand because my other hand. Oh, I get a +10 to fine manipulation from my robo hand. So ha! It was even higher.
Oh yeah. Yeah. What are the rest of you doing?
in prayer at this point, silently in prayer, just in anticipation for Space Marines just showing up. Like, this doesn't really happen ever.
Not in your life yet.
Nah.
I don't know what kind of range or anything else I would worry about. Is there a time or a place for like a science kind of check for worrying about the world that we're at? Or is it kind of too far out for me to think about.
If you're trying to get some sort of readout, yeah, I think there's actually a distance limit to it. I think it's like 30 meters. You can do
Okay.
one for the room if you wanted to.
Well, sure.
Yeah, go ahead. The warp here is thin but maintained. It seems that the Inquisitor has, like... It's almost like he started to part it, the veil, where he draws his psychic power from. You don't really know. As a navigator, your ability is a mutation, not being a psyker.
Right.
You guys don't really... you have been reading up on witches, so you would know a little bit about psykers from that, but that's a different lore. But just the feeling of this cold radiating off of him. It's not physically perceptive, but you can feel it in the warp.
Yeah, that's been kind of itching at me. But that and prayer as well, because this is
It kind of makes... It feels
a
like your
scary ass
teeth...
situation.
It feels like your teeth are itching. That's the vibe he's giving off.
That's a horrible sensation. Teeth itch.
I like the background music to Barbosa trimming his nails. It's 2 sets of litany to the Emperor. And just bells and dings and flashing lights.
Oh yeah, and there's like the light in here is low. He's opened up the viewport behind, so the planet is outlined. Like, it's very... He has gone the full yard with the aesthetic.
If there's a visible view of the planet, I'll probably, if I can, take a seat near
You
that.
can just like turn around and it's
Yeah.
all open behind you. Yeah, it's
I'll be
from orbit. You see that it looks like a standard planet from orbit. There is one large Pangean landmass that covers most of the globe. There are a few other little islands and small clusters of landmasses out in the ocean, but nothing as significant. And it looks to be heavily green. Like, it is very green, very dark, very mountainous. There's also lots of snow to the north and south. So it looks very cold and very, think like very northern Netherlands or Norway in Europe, but cold and rocky and
It looks like a place
rugged.
where things could live, though. It doesn't look like a place where
It looks it looks like there would be life here.
Not like a barren wasteland or
No,
anything
it's
like
not a
that.
barren wasteland. It doesn't look like very green. It's a dark green, like a coniferous forest, but without any other, there's no massive storms. There's no continents on fire. Like, it looks pretty stable. Okay.
Oh.
We're fucked.
Yeah, I know. It's like I'll be sitting there with like
The whole
big ass
planet.
pit in my
is
stomach. Yeah.
conscious.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. The door just slams open. We're all just gunned down.
I mean, I don't know what everyone's worried about. The last planet, we walked in, did the job, and left. Mic drop. We're gonna rock this. This is gonna be fine.
Easy peasy.
The trees are gonna eat us.
The trees are probably gonna do this. We're gonna land on the planet, and we're gonna find out we're actually not on the planet. It's just
You're just hallucinating.
It's
We landed on the back of a Tarrasque.
That's the real story. This is actually a D&D campaign.
Okay.
Roll
Have I
initiative.
crossed the point where I'm mostly metal? Am I digestible?
just
Probably.
I mean, enough of me to be troublesome is.
I mean,
I'm sure.
you're about to meet with a 3-meter tall god being who's probably around 8,000 years old.
Y'all be worried when they walk in.
You know.
Getting in the zone right now.
getting in this. Okay.
The zone is gonna fly out the window as soon as they decide to enter the room.
The zone
For the
will be
record.
dismissed.
If we have to run, I'm tripping Phalos first.
There's only one entrance to this room.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. They don't use the entrance we're expecting. They drop through that fucking.
They go
glass
through the window.
behind it.
Yeah.
You
It's
you
well,
see like a twinkle, and you're like, what the fuck is that? It's a drop pod.
Fuck.
Who said we were coming aboard? No, you guys do wait for some time, each finding your own way to steel yourself and find peace before this monumentous interaction. Really, there is a chirp from the command console in front of the Inquisitor, and a voice: "Lord Inquisitor, the Space Marines are aboard." He will nod. "Thank you, Captain. Have the men be on alert, but do not open the weapon lockers yet." And then he will close the transmission. You guys wait for a few more minutes, and there is a thundering boom, boom, boom on the door.
Alright.
The Inquisitor just takes one last long puff on his pipe. And
Barbosa lights a new cigar.
there's a cherubim that's been flying to you with an ashtray. So you're not putting it on the carpet.
Are you using the ashtray, or is he having to dart around?
The
and
cherubim is going to get the ash one way or another.
I'm
Whether
just
or not.
flicking it into space, and it's like
So
Whether or not
Barbossa's just
Barbosa
going
makes
around.
this easy.
that's way swaggier. It's just like flicking it into space, and a little cherubim come and catches your ash. That's magnific right there.
That is pretty awesome.
The Inquisitor, and now the rest of you will feel the room get a little colder. He will sort of breathe in deep. Enter. The doors will open, and a small squad of Space Marines. A small squad is kind of a oxymoron for a Space Marine. They are about 8 meters tall.
8 meters tall?
No, 8 feet.
3.
I was like, hang on.
Holy shit.
Like,
I'm
my
gonna fit
That's
through
the
this.
size of the spaceship. What the? That's the fighters. That's the size of the ships that we.
They're all dreadnoughts.
Dude, they're just knocking outside.
No, there will be 4 of them sort of in a box formation around who you assume to be Ragnar, who is a glorified chapter master. With his armor is beautiful and pristine with space wolf colors. He has numerous purity seals across it. He doesn't have any. He does have attached just to his armor wrist-mounted storm bolters, but his main weapon seems to be this large hammer that looks ornate and gilded with almost what are they called? Monolith or a mural across the sides of the hammer, showing the Emperor sort of conquering some far-off planet. The rest of them are similar. Some of them have their heads cut short. A few of them are missing pieces or have large scars. They're all males, as all Space Marines are. These ones are armed with bolters, however. They are in their hands, but they are not like raised with you all.
Nice.
Do they have any melee
Start-
weapons
yeah.
like power swords or chain swords or anything like that?
Aside from Ragnar's Thunderhammer, no. They have like knives. They have combat knives, but their combat knives are like the size of a machete for you guys.
Yeah.
So they also look to have several grenades. They don't give a fuck.
Space Marine grenade.
Big. Probably
The
about the
difference between a
size.
chicken egg and
it's
an
like,
ostrich
It's
egg.
like an actual pineapple.
It's probably
Like-
about the size of your head.
It's an actual pineapple grenade.
Weighs like 7 pounds.
One small one, some as big as your head. Give him a twist, flick of the wrist.
Checking my sleight of hand, and that's a no-go. Alright.
Sleight of hand to pull the pin on the Space Marine grenade. Alright, yeah, Ragnar will stride forward. He won't bow or salute or anything like that. He will just stride forward and stand in front of Balthazar. Balthazar, We appreciate the parley that you have accepted. But we cannot allow you on the planet. The Inquisitor, hands still steepled, just staring out. And what authority do you think you have to tell me where I can and cannot step, Astartes? I am Lord Inquisitor Balthazar of the Inquisition of Man. I bow only to the Emperor of Mankind. Now, if you would like to inform me and my neophytes here why we have followed a trail of heresy and lies to this planet that you just seem to be so inconspicuously camped out at, I would be curious. Tension fills the room.
Obviously.
But to you guys, it seems like they're both kind of just stating their case. You guys can make your
Measuring.
own.
Yeah,
You
measuring
guys can
cocks
pretty
right
much
now.
make their own opinion. Like, neither of them are wrong. The Inquisition is always right. And that's just the way it is. So, eventually, Ragnar, he will bow his head in thought for a minute. He will raise it and say, "We are under orders from the Lord Commander to not allow anyone to set foot on the planet."
I'm gonna kind of eyeball the Inquisitor out of the corner of my eye, and like look at him, like raise an eyebrow, like, oh.
The Inquisitor raises an eyebrow as well.
Am I close enough to? I'm still close enough where I could like lean over and
You could whisper
something
to the
in his ear, right?
Inquisitor, yeah.
I kind of lean in to be like, right, mate. Did you biologos, find any? Did you get done with them tests, yeah? They find anything about that, bro? Because the Lord Commander bought a lot of it. He's all tied into this.
We're still working on it, I'm afraid. We need this Biologos alive on the planet. We need to understand what's happening here. And he
You can
will
always tell the big bloke over there. Maybe he see your sword, eh?
As you guys are whispering, Ragnar will, or actually one of the other Space Marines will speak up like, "It is just like the Inquisition to whisper and plot behind backs. We should not trust them. You remember what Kisanos did." Ragnar will turn and utter something similar to a growl. It's a low rumbling sound. And the Space Marine will shut up. And Ragnar will turn on him and say, "We are here under the Inquisitor's parley. You should keep your mouth shut, little pup." He will then turn and face Inquisitor Balthazar. "Inquisitor Balthazar, I cannot stop you from going onto the planet. But you should know that you will not make it off the surface."
I'm gonna kind of put up a hand a little bit, like, right, if I could, mate. Nice to meet you, whole angelicness and all. What is that place so fucking deadly? Like, what's so bad about it?
We don't know. We have sent several scouts to planet's surface, and none of them have returned. We lose contact as soon as they enter the atmosphere. When we reported this to the Lord Commander, he ordered we cease all attempts to make planetfall and instead quarantine the planet.
Right. If I may, both your lordships, ran into anybody, any tech priests running around down there? Any signs of, any mechanicus type shenanery?
We have seen from a distance what looks to be the remains of a city. This was an imperial world millennia ago, in the Golden Age. It was lost to the warp, from what we understand. Only recently has it come back, and the planet has changed. We don't see any technology whatsoever. Entire cities are degraded, gone. There seems to be only one main mass of civilization, one city. But all of our scouts, as we say, do not return, and any autonomous drones that we send down, we lose them as well as soon as they get close to the city.
Would I imply that the scouts that they sent were Space Marine scouts?
So Space Marine scouts are initiates who are undergoing the process of becoming Space Marines. It's a little different for the Space Wolves. They have a little different selection process than any of the other chapters, actually. But essentially, Space Marines can't be created perfectly anymore. So they get humans and through surgeries and bionic implants and other crazy secret shit that no one knows about, they implant the gene seed in the additional organs of the Space Marines until they are fully Space Marines. So scouts are usually initiates who have passed essentially the rites or the initiations or basic training, and they are now in the process, so they're more than human, but not Space Marines. And usually scouts are sent on missions like this to sort of prove their worth to the chapter before they are allowed further initiation into the chapter. You wouldn't know that. You would assume that scouts are Space Marines.
Because if he's sending a bunch of scouts down that can't make it back, I'm not too excited about having to go down next.
Sucks for you.
Yeah.
Yep.
What, so you don't got no radio contact, no reports, just la 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 la, then all of a sudden they're gone?
Nothing. Our librarian has told us that there is a massive warped presence on the planet.
Right, well, I kill witches all the time.
This is no witch. Human. This is something more than a witch. Whatever the Lord Commander thinks is on this planet, he has deemed it quarantined for the safety of the Imperium. Now, will you breach that safety to follow this clue, this path?
I'm gonna look at the Inquisitor like, I mean, I don't want to go on the Death Planet, but what's up to him, I guess.
Orders are orders.
The Inquisitor will sit up proudly. We are the Inquisition, Ragnar. We go where we're needed. You may cower on your ship. Me and my forces will root out the heresy on this planet, one way or another, or we will wipe it from this galaxy. And you'll see at this point he pulls from the command throne a black wooden box and places it in front of them. As Lord Inquisitor, I have the authority and the right to enact exterminatus on any planet I deem fit. My neophytes will conduct their investigation on the planet. They will report back to me, and I will judge the souls who reside here. You may assist me, or get out of my way. The other Space Marines at this point, much like the one who spoke out, will tense up and growl, and they'll sort of roll their shoulders and be looking around sort of predatorially at you all. Ragnar will speak up. So it seems you are not Kisanos. Very well, Balthazar. We will remain in orbit. If you require our assistance, the Space Wolves will fight by your side. Lord Balthazar will nod. Ragnar will return it, and the Space Marines will depart. And with that, we're going to go on our second break. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. We had a lot of little RP there. It's really hard to have a conversation between two very important NPCs without it getting a little boring, but we made it. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. If you're watching this on YouTube, hope you guys are enjoying the show too. We're going to be back in just a few minutes. Stand by. We have quite a lot of game left, actually. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back, everyone. This is Dark Heresy Whispers of the Eye. Sorry for the long break. We were discussing a few things, and then we got off track because we were talking about dumb shit. I gotta be honest. But we are joined back with our warband. They had just met with the Space Wolves chapter master, Ragnar, who met with a tense parley with Inquisitor Balthazar, who did eventually pull his clout at the Space Wolves, saying, I am a Lord Inquisitor, and you are going to do what I say, or else. The Space Wolves, seeming almost to know Inquisitor Balthazar, made several interesting comments before having to spill the beans that the planet had been quarantined by the Lord Commander, Robut Gulman, one of the only known surviving Primarchs of the Space Marines, and also the Lord Commander, that he had personally said that the planet needed to be quarantined. The Space Marines had sent several scouts down to the planet, lost contact with them. They sent servo skulls and autonomous probes, much like yours is doing right now, your Inquisitor is doing. Found nothing.
Yeah.
They do
Kinda
make
figured
planetfall. They do make it to the planet, but when they try to get close to this sort of city structure, it dies. You also know that the Librarian, who is basically the psyker for the Space Wolves, they have one. Only one. Says that there is a enormous psychic presence on the planet. If you wanted to know more detail about that, he would say in the intensity would be like a normal psyker is a candle. This is a sun.
Awesome.
It's more than likely the reason that the Lord Commander has quarantined the planet, because he does not want to deal with that. Maybe. Who knows?
Nah, suspect shit's going on.
So, Ragnar has just left. You guys are sitting with the Inquisitor now. You can talk to him if you would like. You don't have to.
That does not bode well, but still we must be going to planet surface.
Right, how we not gonna die? They fucking them big blokes are getting killed. Well, how the fuck we gonna find out? Like, can we do a flyover? Or something like that? Is it like, maybe we just gotta throw rocks at it, and maybe there's like some kind of energy field, we'd be like atomizing them, yeah? Invisible energy field is reducing you to ash.
The Inquisitor will activate the control console in front of him and pull up what looks to be a feed from one of the servo skulls, which has just made planetfall. There are numerous graphs and atmospheric conditions displayed. Seems to be breathable air. It's mostly oxygen and hydrogen. But breathable?
So we do get readings back.
Yes.
Good. Interesting.
You guys do.
But they didn't.
As the servo skull descends further to the planet, you see large snow-capped peaks and large, enormous pine forests. As far as the eye can see, there are crashing waves and snow. It is cold. It looks to be survivable. It looks to be, in some places, it's more temperate. I would say the temperature would average between like 20 and 60 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's not that bad.
No.
Go to Canada.
And you do see far off in the distance as this servo skull accelerates at a very rapid pace. over this landscape, you see it looks to be almost like it was once maybe an imperial city, but 13,000 years is a long time for anything. So it has that sort of skeletal outline still in the structure and the build, but there is some sort of palace or tiered structure that it looks like it goes up in levels into an almost pyramid shape. And then at the top is this large spire with this city around it, but as you get closer to try and discern any details, the feed cuts.
Right, how do we make sure that don't happen to us?
Well, you will have to go to the planet and find the point where the barrier exists. If it is indeed a barrier and not something just taking out whatever goes into
Assuming transmission interference, but
it. Could have been shot out of the sky as
could be
well.
something more.
Could be a psyker. Could be anything.
Probably is from the sound of it.
Regardless, our main objective is to find the Magos by Logos. Whatever's on this planet. If you can learn about it, learn about it. We will need to return here and deal with this goddamn tech priest revving their goddamn engines outside the goddamn Inquisitor's office.
That's just me. I make those sounds when I think. I'm sorry.
Just pulls out the dueling pistol. Bam!
Phalos is praying again.
Alright, I think it's gone.
It's just the air compressor that moves Phalos around, kicking in to
What were we talking about? I'm sorry.
Whatever field is that's cutting everything off.
Yeah.
How we're
Basically, hope you don't die. Go figure this shit out. Get out of my office.
I mean, he's not saying get out of his office, but he's like, yeah, fucking
Good
figure it
luck.
out. I don't know.
Okay then.
This is your
we
job.
will-
This is your investigation, goddammit.
Right, this is our
Now
investigation.
he's involved.
kind
So
of-
he was saying he wanted us to bring back the Biologos alive was the goal.
if we can find them.
No, he ordered you to bring back the Biologos alive.
Gotcha. Okay.
Those were his words.
So we don't come back empty-handed.
Yes.
Good.
Cool. I always wanted to move to a quarantined death planet.
Seems nice there. Forests and yeah. All right. I was kind of hoping to get any information about the ones that they sent down already, the initiates. Or are they presumed dead?
It is interesting that they would lose communication so rapidly. At that point, I would suspect communications interference. If we presume them dead, we would be doing the Astartes a bad turn. But this psychic presence. I need to send word to the rest of the Cabal. Conduct your investigation. We will decide the fate of this planet upon your return.
Understood.
Okay then.
Do people know about Exterminatus, or would that have been the first time we heard about it when he dropped?
You
We
would
pulled up the little
not
box.
know what Exterminatus is.
I didn't know what it was either, but I could assume.
I feel like that's like forbidden lore right there to figure that shit out.
Yeah,
Right,
so
by the way-
been luring
One of them.
Inquisition.
Right, by the way, what's with the little wooden box here?
Goes this. I'll sort of open it, and you'll see the seal of the Inquisition. This one, actually. You'll take it out of this box, which is this beautiful sort of black wood, and it's inlaid with this rich sort of fur that shimmers, and he sort of lifts it out very gingerly, almost like reverently. Goes, with this, I have the responsibility to kill millions, to save trillions.
Right, so exterminatus is what you kill about a lot of people. Just like what, bomb them from space or whatever.
There are various means. With the Astartes here, we have options. The Cabal will
Right.
also arrive, and they will also bring options.
Right, so like, how to kill everybody.
If they are deemed impure in the eyes of the Emperor, we will purge the heretics from this world, one way or another, as is our sacred duty.
Right, man, I ain't got no problem with that. I know some places out in the frontier from where I'm from, we gonna take a swing boy, because this place is way worse than this, I'm sure. Space be better without them around.
Maybe I'll send a few teams out that way. See what they can rustle up.
Right, my home place, Scythia, whatever the fuck it's called. I think it's Scythia 9.
Something, yeah.
Right, that place. Anybody there, kill them all, yeah? I'll go and do it with you. Let me know. Let me know if another team says, yeah, this place is right terrible, all I'm saying, let me know, I'll take that trip.
As you guys are discussing this, there will be an alert chime from his dashboard. He will activate it and pull up what looks to be a chemical breakdown of the liquor. And it has identified a strain of a chemical that has been added to the liquor. Now, it would be Scholastic Lore Chemistry minus 30 to understand this structure.
And that's before adding on.
Yes.
Okay. Why not?
The Inquisitor has no idea. The Inquisitor's going to use a fate point to reroll that.
You know what? Let's roll.
I could try and get under a 12.
Let me try and roll again. If
I got a shot here.
All tempted. I gotta roll the 1 for this, but why fucking not?
I don't even
You don't even know what that is.
I'm like, okay.
You
like,
and the Inquisitor are like, what the fuck
Holy
is this?
shit, that was close.
I'm gonna use a fate point.
Sadly, not enough. Even if I used my fate point to add like 20 to that,
No.
That would see if I can get under 22.
I need to roll a 7 or lower for that
I mean,
shit.
if you had traded me rolls there, Lothos, I could have figured it out.
Oh, close.
Everyone use all of your fate points right now.
The Inquisitor will sort of just look at the rest of you. He's like, yes, the Magos by Logos Alive, I think, would be.
Lothos looks at it. No. Don't do anything.
Phalos, come on. You could do it. You can do it.
Chemicals
I'm
are like
just
machines.
look at the tech freeze. I'm gonna, Raw, this is. Come on, yeah. You can't talk to cars. You can't talk to people. Do you at least talk to the fucking. What's this? Yeah?
Talk to the liquor.
What is this? I have no idea what this means.
I am knowing some things about many things, but this is not thing I am knowing.
Raw, look.
Inquisitor's
you
just
Raw,
rubbing
stick,
his temples like, God damn it.
Raw, we just gotta stick our heads together, mate. I'm gonna put my arm around his shoulder and I'm gonna walk him up to it and be like, Raw, walk me through it. What am I looking at?
Oh, well, now that you are leaning me closer to it, it is clearly visible what this is being.
No, you don't get to roll again. You guys don't
No.
fucking know what this is.
No, that's straight up telling him that. It appears to be
Fucking
text on the
Lothos
screen
record.
indicating
I will say, even with your fail, Lothos, you recognize that it's a chemical structure. A chemical
good.
chain.
Guys, I know it's a chemical.
Yeah.
Right. What kind of chemical?
It's a chemical. Yes, indeed.
I'm 10 points
Well,
away
boy,
from
hey,
getting
alcohol, chemical? I'm confused.
it. Oh,
It is a... So, all the other ingredients
Oh.
in the liquor were natural. Like
So this is
water,
synthetic.
the berries, the distilling process, they're all, like, from, normal shit. This is not.
Right, so then why don't we just give it to somebody and see what it does to them?
after you.
No.
The Inquisitor pulls out a command wand. There's just a few buttons on it. He says, just holds up a finger, settles back. Settles back. And after a few
Don't
minutes,
do this to Barbosa. Barbosa will try it.
after a few minutes, a number of guardsmen come into the room, and they have chained in this it's sort of like the thing you see used on dogs. It's like this neck leash, and they are leading in a guy with a very fresh brand of the Inquisition on his forehead. He looks like he might have been from Altheus.
Right, bloody perfect. Test heretic. That's the best kind of heretic. Well, the best kind of test.
A man catcher, that's gruesome.
Balthazar will stand up, produce the bottle from his desk. Walk over to the heretic, grab his mouth, and just force it open.
Damn.
And then just pour it into the thing's mouth, and then just close it shut and, like, squeeze. Like, so that the nose begins to bleed, but just squeeze his nose and mouth shut so that the guy has to swallow. And you see blood begin to sort of drip from between his gloves and onto the carpet.
That guy just swallowed half the planet. That's impressive.
He will then back up and sit down on the throne, and the guy's like gagging and like crying and like pawing at his smashed nose and like torn lips and stuff. The Inquisitor produces a handkerchief and just wipes his gloves.
I've got the bottle. I'm sniffing it.
Do not drink that.
Right, mate. I know. Right, but I just wanted to smell it, right? It's not every day you go a bottle of liquor with the fucking planet in your hand. Right. Take it away from me. Take it away.
Takes the bottle away from my
The Inquisitor takes the bottle, puts it away. After a few minutes, the heretic seems very drunk, and he's like babbling and like trying to confess his sins and just droning on in a very drunken slur. The Inquisitor is just going to sigh, stand up, and shoot him in the head.
Right, mate. What if it was like took longer? Right, you like killing people. I like killing people too, but sometimes you gotta wait. I'm not gonna tell you to do your job, but right, like you should have.
Barbosa.
He's
maybe
guilty of
grew
wasting my
tentacles in a
time.
week. Right, but what if like a week later you grew tentacles?
He's guilty of wasting my time. That itself is a crime against the Imperium. Now, I have requisitioned, should you wish, assets from the Space Wolves. They have agreed, at no small cost, to lend us one of their drop pods. Should you wish to enter the planet that way. Alternatively, you can take one of our Thunderhawks and a few of the Guardsmen. Take a squad. I don't care who. Take your pick.
Let's see.
Now,
I say we all TPK by sending
Out
a
of-
pod directly at the city.
now here's my idea. This is out of character. We get into a chimera and we just drive off the.
He's
fucking
not
dock.
giving you a chimera.
And we just literally just drift through space until crashing. into
I'll
the
take
planet.
really good care.
Chimeras are not airtight.
No, they're not. I know that. I'm just fucking messing around. Considering our stupidity usually when it
You
comes to
just
this
drop from high orbit. Like, this is fine, guys.
shit. We're good. We'll be fine.
We're in a tank. It'll be okay.
It worked for
I
the
mean,
A-team.
A drop pod is basically that fired at high speed at the planet. Like it's not really that much.
Yeah, you're
different.
basically, you are the bullet, and the Space Marines are shooting the planet preemptively.
I'm gonna
So-
shoot you with
Fuck you.
people.
So we're either getting we're either getting in there fast, getting shot in there, or we're going in on a ship with, you know, a few Imperial guards.
Phalos, give me a techie thing roll.
Tech use?
Lore.
Lore. Tech lore.
Yes. Do you have?
Adeptus Mechanicus?
Sure. Why not?
Alright.
Why
then.
not?
Any adjustments beyond what I've got?
-10.
So then it becomes a straight roll. 51 is the number to beat.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm smart.
Jesus.
And so yeah, 43 does.
Oh, you did it. So you know that Space Marine drop pods are different than normal drop pods. Some Imperial Guard regiments use drop pods. These are the super special ones that technically don't exist. The Tempestus. But you do know that Space Marine drop pods are different because they have equipped heavy bolters. So once the pod crashes into the ground, it deploys, and the bolters pretty much act as a 360-degree defense.
Yes,
Well,
please.
That's definitely the option.
Yeah.
I've
However,
had great
it is-
success with a heavy bolter previously.
It's going to be very loud and very visible as you make planet-fall.
Yeah.
It may be 6 of one, half dozen of other. Drop pod is stationary but well defended, but quite obvious. We will be more mobile with Thunderhawk and a escort. But
They also won't let you take the guardsmen if you go in the drop pod. They will be like, no, you're not putting guardsmen on our ship. The neophytes are one thing, but no.
So we go in Elhon with heavily fortified stationary thing, or we go in with mobility and extra hands, but with less firepower. But also less notice, maybe.
One option certainly is more stealthy than the other.
Right. You're telling me heavy bolters? Oh no, heavy bolters. I'm picking heavy bolters.
Well, heavy bolters in one place that we will then have to walk away from.
Nah, you rip it off. You care who it was. There you go. You got a heavy bolter.
Is that how it works?
I'm
Like
sure the
from the
tech priest could
design
take
and
it
stuff.
off.
Well,
Tech priest, translate the binary.
Please.
thing I can do. Alright. Alright, I see your tech use roll. Gotta be to 71 unless you're modifying it in any way.
I mean, technically, like, you should just be able to speak binary.
So I did beat a 71.
I just put it into a translator. I know what it actually says. Common sentence. Verticus Majoris. Ooh, that's already coming into play, huh?
You got this.
So that is a 40. That's the one check it just makes it flat then. So I gotta be it's a 42. Well, given all of the talk of the warp influence, then this wouldn't be too much of a shock.
Telling you, the whole planet is a witch.
I think that's an understatement.
At least the city. The landmass.
Okay then.
And we know that the kids were supposedly sent here, right?
And so, mm, 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 mm.
Just the children were sent. The children were sent here, or to him, and then he came here. Doesn't matter. Yeah.
This is where they were sent.
Well, I feel like I've got a lot to learn, and I'm invested, but also
I've been muted. I
fear
apologize.
of my life.
Have you been muted?
On stream, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no!
It's hard to
since the
keep track
break?
of. No.
Oh,
It's hard to
good.
keep track of both of them. It's okay. You guys are the ones talking.
Don't worry, we're just panicking over here.
He talks, and our reactions just say it all.
It's like, oh fuck, guys.
Well, I know which method I would prefer to enter
So-
the planet with.
So, what's the vote? What's the vote right now? It seems like we got 2 going for the drop pod. Who's going for drop pod right now? Raise of hands.
Right.
1. Modeus.
Nah, unless it's something where
Keep in mind, Phalos, the simple fact of stepping into that drop pod would be as though entering a glorious techno chapel, which few tech priests have ever been able to see in their lives. Just the simple fact that you might be able to ride in its glory surely means that you would have to choose the drop pod.
Ooh, good. This is a good point to bring this up. There's a lot of lore in 40K. A lot.
Yes.
I don't know all of it. No one, I think, knows all of it. There's too much.
Not even
But
people that made it.
yeah, they don't even fucking. They're like, I don't fucking know what we were doing. We were high.
know.
There's a lot of
It was the
drugs that
80s.
night, man. It was a lot of drugs, a lot of
It was the
cocaine.
80s. We gave the
Cocaine
orcs
and
hair.
Metallica, man. Like,
All they know is
Metallica.
orcs. All they know are orcs and space marines.
Yeah. That being said, I'm doing a little bit more research into the paths these guys are taking and everything like that, and I learned that we've talked about the meme ability of 40K and how it's a very joking sort of concept, and one of those are the tech priests. So tech priests they do revere machines. They do see them as sacred and almost relic-like, and it's kind of like, if you had the bones of a saint, basically, and it's varying degrees. It's not like rapturous adoration to a fucking pencil sharpener. Tech priests really worship the pursuit of knowledge. That is their true goal. Most of them use it in the pursuit of machine aspects and things like that, but that's also how you have Biologos and the other variations of the tech priest Magoses. So the pursuit of knowledge is really what is important to the Adeptus Mechanicus.
just can't invent any new knowledge. You have to reclaim old
There's
knowledge.
there's some shit going on in the lore, but it's confusing. But
Itty bitty stuff. itty bitty confusing things.
Yeah,
Of what's
just-
heretical and not.
You know, to give some grounding into Barbosa's, you know, lure. It would be cool.
He wasn't just bullshitting. It actually makes sense.
It would be cool, but it's not like, you know, if you think you're gonna fucking die if you take that path, it's definitely like, no.
Fuck that, you're a
No,
heretic if
thing.
you don't do it.
You're a
I would
heretic.
like to see
Pulling that card already. Huh?
many things I would like to
Boom.
be seeing in this world. I am comforted by thought that we have escape route via Thunderhawk if we were to take that route.
You're gonna drop us off and fly away. What do you mean?
Are we not taking it with us?
No.
That was what I read into that, so maybe that's just me getting
What, the
confused.
plane?
You're muted, Dylan.
Yeah.
The plane?
I assumed that that was landing with us and a
No.
group of dudes, and we would use that to leave it.
It's not giving you
Hell
the
no.
plane. You're on foot, son.
Well then.
Well, in that
Do
case,
you want to get there fast or slow, and do you want to have lots of guns or dumbass people?
Well,
You're
you
with the
see-
guard
no,
now.
buddy.
You see, we are the dumb people, and the guards are kind of in neutral territory at this point.
The guards are the fodder.
Oh. Okay, Phalos.
Either way.
That was
even
Brian,
with
not
that
Vanessa.
correction- Even with that correction of the plane's not hanging around, I'd rather get there slow and have a chance to look around and show up and just be like, oh, we shouldn't have landed here.
I'd rather not be seen coming in,
Guardsmen do be killing shit
guns
too.
blazing.
Yeah. If we run into a group of... So here's my question. Guardsmen are just staying on the ship.
The
and
guardsmen
dropping us
will
off and then leaving.
go with you.
Oh, the guardsmen are going.
On
we get
planet.
guardsmen.
If
That's
we take
more.
the
That's
Thunderhawk.
more eyes and that's more guns. Like, the bolters are. The bolters
Barbosa,
are nice.
more guns. Now, when they die eventually, you can take their guns.
Oh, mate, the secret
Huh?
to life is the same thing as the secret to fucking the lady, right? You gotta go in there hard and fast and take them by surprise and get
Not
them
always.
everything that you got before they even know what's happening, right? And that's how the eyes will be rolling in the back of their head before they even know that you even got started, right? That's the secret to life, that's the secret to sex, and that's the secret to combat too. You go in hard and fast. My answer's always gonna be hard and fast.
Okay.
But at least he's consistent.
I think
It's consistent.
Well,
I think that the vote is the Thunderhawk.
Yeah, it sounds like that Thunderhawk, just because we get more people with us.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to go with the Space Marines. I'm taking 2 Space
You
Marines down there
can't.
with
The Space Marines aren't gonna go with you.
It's just,
You don't have that kind of clout.
Hey, you two, with
Let
me.
me do a
let's
charm
go.
test. Right.
They would just throw. They would throw you out the airlock. They wouldn't even think twice about it. They'd be like, nope.
I feel like I could be friends with the Space Wolves.
hey, there is a possibility we could meet up with some Space Marines initiates. You know, just saying.
There is
They
the
might be down there.
possibility we run
They're
into them
dead.
down there.
no, they've been corrupted by the
Barbosa.
massive warp presence and will be out to kill us, clearly.
You shut your face, Phalos. Don't give him ideas.
I was gonna say, don't go give them the DM ideas.
Well, I don't know if I've modified my face enough that
So-
I can just click a button and shut it,
So we're
but I'll
flying.
get there.
We're flying in the slow way, but we're getting support.
So okay, you
I
guys
like
are
it.
taking the Thunderhawk. You're gonna get the same pilot who dropped you on Alpheus.
Oh,
Yes,
then
He's
definitely.
a pro.
Yeah, we're definitely going with this
As-
guy.
Does he even have to roll?
Yeah, you see him in his cockpit, and he's the bullet holes are patched up on the Thunderhawk you went in last time, and you see he's got like some little Imperial Guard sort of adornments on his helmet now, some little tallies and like sigils and stuff that he's pinned up there, and he'll sort of look at you guys. You see that his eyes have been replaced with these actually pretty nice bionic ones, and they'll just sort of telescope out, and he'll just cackle and power up the Thunderhawk.
Before we go off, should we go to like the that fucking quartermaster to see if we can grab something?
No.
No.
He has nothing. He has nothing in the chain.
Well, he had,
You know,
is
he
I'd
had
rather-
2 months to restock.
Here's the thing. I rather have the chance that he has a fucking not a rebreather, but a respirator.
A
just in
respirator,
case we
yeah.
need them.
You want to get a
Um,
respirator?
I was gonna say, why don't we just ask the Inquisitor? Maybe he's got a couple in his drawers.
Hey, dude, you got some respirators?
Do not ask
I
the
The
think
air
we're
is
trying to
breathable.
get-
I don't care about a respirator.
The air is breathable.
The air is breathable. but
Yeah, it was on the last planet too until we were 2 miles up in the air.
It's valid.
Just saying.
I mean, I wouldn't say no to one. I mostly wanted to get some more sacred engines.
Okay.
If that was possible.
I will say, since you guys are neophytes, you guys can get rebreathers.
woo!
That's your present. That and your
Perks
little
of-
prayer rosary is your present for neophyte.
Respirators, guys.
Now we have the same thing every single guardsman on the ship has.
Yours are a little nicer. You guys have more like the Star Wars Episode 1 shit they put in their mouths when they dive underwater. Yeah, so it's actually, I think it says in the description, it's like hour
immune
of
to-
oxygen.
Yeah, immune to toxic atmospheres. Even allows water breathing last 1 hour,
Yeah. So you guys have one of those
and it takes a full action to replace.
each.
The only thing I wanted to try and get before leaving was sacred engines and/or a combi tool.
Roll for both of them.
And this is influence both times.
Yep.
Okay. The combi tool is -20, so that's not super
Oof.
likely. So I gotta beat a 13, and then I don't know what the sacred.
Aw, that was close. Oh wait, that was Modius, never mind.
No, that would look close. No, 72.
Okay, so that's for the combi tool. And this one's for the Sacred Engines.
Unless there's massive bonuses to those, that's also a fail.
Plus
Absolutely,
10?
That's fine. Still a fail.
Sacred Engines are rare.
Yeah, no, I just was the only two things I would try and scrounge before going.
Yeah. If you guys ever stop by like a Hive world or a Forge world or even like just a civilized world, which is just a normal world, you guys would be able to pick that stuff up
ham.
a lot easier. Yeah. But out here in the
Yeah,
fringes and the
work.
shit, like, yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna try one thing. I want to see if I could get some armor,
I was thinking about trying to get some armor too.
Okay.
like Imperial Guard, like set or something like
Oh
that.
shit,
like,
is that something we can get? Because I have
that-
shit armor.
hey, it's worth
I mean,
fucking trying. Like,
Imperial
Yeah,
Guard
Imperial
flak.
Guard flak armor, I think
Yeah,
would
like
be the best
flak
thing
armor.
to get. Yeah.
One sec. Armor.
I would
Scarce.
very much like some armor.
scarce, but they might have more of it because it's fucking.
It's scarce.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be that penalty plus an additional -10.
So scarce is would be -20 total.
That's
Mhm.
20. I'm gonna use a fate point for this.
I was gonna
one,
say I'm
honestly.
gonna use a fate point too to.
Me too.
Boost it
Okay. So gotta get a 40, guys.
What's I'm sorry, what was the roll?
It's an influence roll, isn't it?
Influence,
Influence
okay.
-20.
So it's -10.
And I've already used a fate point, so I can't use another one. Great.
Oh!
Okay.
Boom!
Give it the shot. I gotta.
Damn
beat
it!
13.
Okay.
Nah, nice though.
Okay. You guys don't get the full set. You do get the chest piece and a helmet. Between all of you, you guys basically go to the Imperial Guardsmen, and you're like, "Hey, I'm looking for some spare armor." You're like, "Fuck, we don't have any." You guys have built up a little bit of clout with the Imperial Guard on the ships. So you're like, "Come on, please."
Hoga brother.
Yeah, and they're like, "Okay, here, let's see what we can scrounge up." So it's not a full set of Imperial Guard flak armor, but it would be the armor rating for the body parts that you have.
So, okay, so so 2 of us passed, right?
Yes. So you got a helmet and a chest piece.
One of the passes was a helmet.
Yep,
One of the
and
passes
one of
was
the
a
passes
chest piece.
was a chest piece.
Oh, okay.
So
So
if
we
you had
got
all
that,
if you had
yes.
all passed, you would have gotten the full set. of Imperial Guard
Gotcha.
armor.
I want that guy's leg. Just one.
And this again is sort of a, if you want to just all out say like, give me a set of flak armor, you can. They're not gonna like it, but they'll do it.
Why are they not
I
fucking with the Imperial
specifically am
Guards? So who wants the helmet and vest then? You don't have any armor, right, Modeus?
No, I do. I've got a. I forget what the typical armor was. Right now, it's
I
just.
think you have Imperial robes.
That's
Yeah,
what I have.
it's
It's 1 arms, body, legs.
It's
Yep.
2 is what I have marked on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I have the same thing too.
Arms,
so-
bodies, and legs. But that's up to everyone else. Does anyone? What's everybody else kind of rolling with here?
I got a flak vest. That's about it.
So you already have the same thing basically.
Yeah. I got the flak vest.
No one has a helmet, right?
Nobody.
I mean, who's our most frontline fighter? I guess
You?
Yeah.
I'm a
Well,
sniper. What the fuck?
Yeah, no, he's-
Honestly,
Um,
like that's a mix between Phalos and fucking Modeus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm
Can-
dangerous up close. I
can
just don't
Mo-
like getting up there. so
Can Modeus wear a helmet?
Yeah.
With
He'd
the
have to.
eye.
He'd have to take it off to use his eye, but
Yeah. Okay.
That's gonna be like a
it's gonna be
whole action or
uncomfortable.
something.
We could do it.
Well, I've got robes that are 1 arms, body, legs, so that's
Yeah.
where I'm at. If
You guys split it up.
well, I mean,
yeah,
I'll take one or the other and be happy with it. So
yeah, here.
I
can
knew it
take
was gonna
the
be that. I
helmet.
wouldn't have even been trying to get that piece, to be honest with you. If I was knew it was gonna be for 1 item, I wouldn't have even used that to get that roll. I would have gone for something else,
Like
All
what?
good.
like a light flak. Well, that's the same thing I already got. What was the other thing I was looking at? The flat cloak. I would just try to get a flat cloak instead.
Okay. In that case, do another roll.
Well, nah. I
No.
mean, I don't care. Everybody can have whatever they want. I already used the fate point on that roll, so it's like there's almost no chance of me being able to roll that low again. So it's whatever. Yeah, I don't care whoever gets whatever.
Okay.
It's kind of a waste of a fate point.
what's the rating for the flak helmet?
4.
Okay. I'm gonna put that on unless anybody wants to stop me.
Got it.
Okay. And the vest.
Thanks.
If you guys already had flak vests and you weren't gonna take it nowadays, I can take it.
I do have some body armor for that, but if you've got none, then certainly take it.
I mean, I have robes.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. So you
I
guys
feel better.
get geared up. You head towards the landing bay, and you guys do get your pick of the guardsmen. You don't really know any of them aside from Lieutenant Daniels, Stock and Barrel, but there are
Those
different.
3 for sure.
You want to get those 3, okay?
Do we want to bring Stock and Barrel?
Do we want to put them into this
I don't want to lose Stock
into
and
this
Barrel.
peril? Well,
I also just don't want.
if we lose them, we're probably not coming back either. Just saying.
They're guardsmen. Guardsmen die. That's their job.
Yeah.
Did you get for getting attached? Just don't learn their names.
Wait, they're called Stock and Barrel.
It's probably not even their real fucking names.
Oh, probably isn't. Probably their nicknames.
This one's Stock, this one's Barrel. How many are coming?
How
many
a full squad will be 8.
Okay. Well, if we don't know any of the others, just then the ones that
What
look the
kind?
toughest.
I will say, you could get 3 types of loadouts. Lieutenant Daniels, Stock and Barrel have their own sheets and their own stuff already. The others, I will say, you can either have them be a flamer unit. Thank you for following Face Rollin 808. Welcome to the show.
Cheers.
I mean, I definitely want someone with a
And
flamethrower.
you get
for
shovels. Yeah, you can get a flamer unit, a heavy gun unit, or a melee unit.
Fire.
I would
A
take
flamer
fire.
unit?
Yeah, fire seems.
Okay.
Given the dossier
I mean,
and all the mutated flora
Fire
Yeah.
is best.
Burn that shit down. right?
Fire purifies. Yeah.
Fire is best.
So you'll meet up with Lieutenant Daniels, Stock and Barrel there too. You'll quickly explain the situation, what's going on. Lieutenant Daniels will nod. He will suggest the Flamer Squad, just given the little he knows about the planet. And you'll see his guys roll up, and they're wearing these sort of heavy leathers that just reek of promethium. And these heavy hoods and helmets and gas masks, and the pilot lights on these flamers aren't lit, but you see these things are just meticulously cared for and just like blued around the nozzle of the spout, just from the constant like white hot flame that spews through these things.
I feel better.
Okay. What does Stock and Barrel look like when it comes to their like setup? From
So,
Rangers?
Stock.
Yeah,
Looks
You
like
get these images on stream here?
Yep.
Awesome.
Stock looks like this. He has a combat shotgun and sidearm last pistol. Barrel looks like this. He has a chainsword and auto pistol.
But he's not wearing his I Heart Phalos t-shirt.
Not yet. We'll get him. We'll get
I
him.
think he would rather die.
Yeah, honestly.
For the guard.
I mean, that would make my life a little easier.
So
I'm
we
not
have
gonna lie.
So we have pretty much 2 close range units. It's not bad.
Lieutenant Daniels has a monoblade and bolt pistol.
Nice. Hole. Nice.
He is an officer, after all.
Okay.
So it's easy. All of them go up front. We got flamers. We got a bunch of mid and short range. And then you and me, Lothos. We just sit back and we kill 42 people again.
Easy peasy. I don't think we're gonna be talking about people so much in this case. I'm still worried about all the
Whatever.
13,000 years of warp storms is a long time.
I'm sure they still bipedal.
Giant bugs. Giant bugs. I'm betting giant bugs. That's my bets.
Yeah,
No,
giant
because
bugs.
giant bugs in 40k means Tyranids, and you know.
That's a good point.
All
I
right.
never really thought of them like bugs, but yeah.
I don't really think of them as
Probably
bugs either.
total fine.
That's the closest analog.
Do you guys have anything else to do before departure?
Just a quick
Um,
question. This vest, does it
he-
add to my body armor of 1, or does it replace my body armor of 1?
So, it will actually replace all your armor from the robes. You can't wear 2 different sets of armor at the same time.
Gotcha.
Get
So you
more
would
armor in the
replace.
chest.
You would
That's,
So it's either 1 armor to all.
no,
or
you can
3
mix and
armor to
match.
the chest.
Well, I don't, maybe pieces, but a robe is a full body thing, so it makes sense
Yeah.
to me.
If you had like a helmet and then a flak vest, that'd be cool. But since the robes are 1 all, and not like arms, head, body, it designates it as a whole unit and not like pieces you could take apart.
I mean, couldn't he just like theoretically strap a flak vest over his chest and
The-
say he has 4 there
theoretically-
and then 1 everywhere else?
Theoretically, yes, but that's the rules.
I will still take the vest.
Hey, you're more likely to get shot in the chest.
That's true. The chest is the biggest hitbox.
Yeah.
And your toughness is decent, isn't it?
35.
Yeah,
Not
pretty
terrible.
You'll be alright.
Get good amount of damage.
All right. Anything else?
Just don't get shot in the head.
What's
Yeah.
the closest thing to fried chicken this ship's got?
Nutrient paste.
Ugh. I'll take some for the road then.
Okay.
Okay. Fuck it.
Slurp it up.
The guardsmen have small packs as well. Mostly spare ammo, a few extra things.
I'm gonna pull some clout. Can I at least pull my shit out and be like, hey, let me get like a good meal before I go down to this death world?
Yeah, you can run down to the cafeteria real
Boom!
quick and get you some. It's not going to be corpse starch and nutrient paste, but it's not. It's going to be some sort of processed protein brick, but it's tasty and salty.
Hey, you got meat.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I mean-
that's spider crab.
It's more than
I don't really got it.
It's like
thousands of
that.
years in the future.
Should've
but if
brought
you've
that
got
shit back up.
processed
That's like
meat,
that
it's
scene
bad.
in Snowpiercer where he looks into the thing and it's all the cockroaches. It's basically that.
Like spider crabs.
Yeah, and
Well.
probably people.
Hey guys, let's just get all the coffee before we go down there. Just take all the coffee with us.
All the recaf.
All the recap.
Recap, yes.
Fuck you,
I
Imperial
have-
Navy.
I have a brilliant plan. All we gotta do is we just steal that Ragnar dude's thunder hammer and then take it down to the planet
Oh,
with
yeah,
us,
dude.
and then he will follow us to the planet.
I think
Get
that
the
you
hammer, I'll
guys,
get the grenades.
I think that you guys should attack the battle cruiser of the
about-
chapter master.
How about this?
Um,
How about you just go walk up to the Inquisitor and take his recoil glove from him?
Dude, he's got even better shit than recoil gloves. Like
I
he's
know,
got.
but like, at
We'll
that
wait
point-
right here, and you go get those things, and we'll leave.
That'll be fine. Go for
Tell
it.
him we said hi.
This is like, you know, dogs like to fetch sticks.
He doesn't. He doesn't have a warp sword. Excuse me, a force sword.
Oh my god, I can't even tell which one sounds cooler.
Honestly, a warp sword sound like scarier.
It does, doesn't it?
Warp
Like,
swords
I feel
don't
like-
exist. It's
I feel
just
like if you
force
get
swords.
slashed by a warp sword, you just disappear. Kind of like that witch got like golden.
That's the thing that
Funnily
the
enough,
Necrons have.
one of the Primarchs turned to chaos because of a cursed sword, which is really D&D for 40k, but true. Okay. Anything else?
Go.
Nope.
Nah.
I
Ah.
think that's it.
All
Everybody
right.
got their ammo? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go and die now. Okay.
So as the tech priests are blessing the Thunderhawk, rubbing the sacred unguents on it, blessing purity seals, the pilot is saying his own litanies. He has a rosary in his hands, and he's just going over them, saying prayers to the Emperor. He's now plugged in through these neural conductors that are pocketing along his shaven head into the ship, and you see it moving, the fins and flaps shifting, the engines thrusting as he moves through his prayers and intonations of testing and piloting the ship. He opens his eyes and looks to you all, and there's just this bloodshot fervor in them, and he's like, yes.
Did we ever get his name?
Nope.
Chaplain Karzik?
I was gonna say, he wasn't this crazy before. What happened to this guy?
He
Well,
got
you see-
shot out of the fucking sky and survived, and then probably had to fight his way through heretics to get that shit off the ground again.
Wait, what? He got shot down.
He was the guy who got shot when you fucking...
Oh, he landed us.
Yeah.
He like crash landed us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Oh, I
guys
didn't
got-
know he crash landed.
No, you got fucked up across the side from heavy bolters.
Good for him.
Right? That's what I said. Do we even have his name? I feel like we should get him like a gift basket or something.
Nah. He lives for this shit.
Yeah, no. Well, apparently he does now. Look at him. He's getting a hard on as he's setting
His
off.
gift is to serve the will of the Omnissiah through the demands of the Inquisition.
Still getting him a gift basket.
The Emperor.
Wait, yeah, that too.
Emperor.
All right. So as you guys load up, Lieutenant Daniels, stock and barrel first on. They'll be sort of ushering the men forward. All of them, the ochre-colored overcoats, these heavy, even bigger than that, sort of mantle coats, reeking promethium tanks, heavy backpacks. These guys are going to be slow, but this is a lot of fire. Literally firepower.
But is it enough?
It's never enough.
It's never enough.
Do you really think I would let you get enough firepower?
No.
As the dock closes. You're locked in here with me.
You know, this reminds me a lot of our first mission together. You know, besides us being buckled up in the auto carriage.
Yeah, good times.
That's
Oh,
right.
memories.
I cannot believe I loaned you the Inquisitor's auto carriage, and you lost it. This is Lieutenant Daniels.
We didn't
I am
lose
knowing
it.
exactly
He lost
where
it.
it is.
He lost it. He lost
We-
It is certainly not on the ship. As the engine's revving up, and you hear like outside as the doors all close, like the initiation for opening the bay.
Yeah, we know where it's at.
And where is
About
that?
2
It is
months
certainly
warp
not
travel
on the.
that way.
I wanted to retrieve it
You
before
left-
leaving Altius.
You left the Inquisitor's personal vehicle on Altheus.
Technically, yes.
Oh,
Well, I
see,
will
the
point
problem is they got it covered in his green paint, right?
How
He
did you
needed
get
a
it?
paint job.
How did you get it covered in green paint? What did you do?
Well, you see, our lovely tech priest here decided to have a dick measuring contest with people he should not have been doing it with.
I don't know how this is my fault. There are commandos who have besmirched name of Inquisition by attacking personal vehicle of the Inquisitor himself.
Elos, you never told us if you won that dick measuring contest.
Well, he didn't have
I
a dick.
mean, it wasn't literal.
We're still
Never
unsure.
got an answer.
Still not sure.
The point being, if
Money
the
is
final
on-
I had,
reveal. After
if
the
I
big
had
bad
been
in-game.
knowing ahead of time that this was Inquisitor's personal auto carriage, I would have requested different vehicle or none at all.
I said it was the carriage of a very powerful person, and that you could probably take it down to the planet. I didn't think you would just take it without asking.
Well, you
Sounded
offered
like
it.
permission to me.
He's the Lord Inquisitor. I'm a lieutenant in the Imperial Guard, man.
Yeah, it seems strange that you would offer up his vehicle to
I merely
be taken off
offered
the planet.
the opportunity.
Yes, well.
And we took the
You
opportunity.
ever hear, don't ask for permission, ask for forgiveness? It's good, like.
The ship is
It's
in
all
space.
worked out.
The ship is in space now.
Just pat him on the back. Well, it could be worse, you know. Nah, no, never mind.
Some of the guardsmen are laughing at your guys' exchange. Like, Barrel's just sitting there kind of like moody and like glaring at through his respirator goggles. They're very World War One. They'll just be staring at you, Phalos, in your flak armor,
Hopefully you
which,
don't
which
get,
still
like,
has
a-
the Imperial Guard Aquila on the chest.
Hopefully he doesn't just like accidentally shoot you in the back of the head.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Or
be
what
bad
if,
for
or if he trips and that chainsaw just happens to?
Oops.
Oops.
That'd be-
Oh
That's
no. Someone. It's the warp overtaking me.
Oh, he's heretic now. Boom.
Oh, yeah, well.
He's-
All right. As you guys
Bad
exit,
choice of words.
as you guys exit the constant vigil into space, past the Space Wolves battle cruiser, we are gonna go on our next break. We have just about an hour left, everyone. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. This is Dark Heresy Whispers of the Eye. We are going to be right back. We're just going to take a quick break. Stay tuned, and we'll see what these guys get up to. Alright, welcome back everyone. This is Dark Heresy Whispers of the Eye. It is a lot later than I thought it was. We're going to pump out just about 20-30 minutes out of these guys, and we're going to end it for the night. They have just left the Inquisitor ship, deciding instead to forego the offer, or not offer, but request by the Space Marines to use one of their drop pods on the planet. They instead chose to take one of the Inquisitor's last remaining Thunderhawks, as well as a single Imperial Guard squad, equipped with heavy flamers, as well as the sergeants and lieutenant, who have their own personal weapons. The party also managed to finagle a few pieces of Imperial Guard flak armor, which they have distributed to Phalos and Modius. And they all have got respirators, finally. That's important. But yeah, so you guys are heading down into the planet. You're about to make atmospheric entry. Are you guys doing anything right now?
Smoking.
Smoking?
How big is this ship that we're on?
Have you ever been in a Chinook?
No.
Think like 2 SUVs back to back. Maybe a little bigger.
No time like now.
This
I'm
is
taking
not-
out the- I'm taking out the Howler.
Oh god.
I'm gonna move up. I don't know if he's sealed off, but towards the cockpit, if not like.
So
just
these
outside.
are not like, you guys were in Valkyries before. This is a different model ship. These are Thunderhawks. They're void ships, not just orbital ships. These are like singular through space travel ships. Valkyrie cannot exist outside of an atmosphere. It is not airtight. Some of the cockpits can be, but they're not. They can't break the atmosphere. This is like a fast, low-flying, like VTOL almost.
Okay.
Just sort of ripping through space right now. So the pilot is sealed off completely. Because if the back passenger area is punctured or loses its air pressure, the pilot can still survive and fly the ship.
Gotcha. Well then, not in the same space as him, but nearer to him, I will just be playing in the machine spirit, protect the, litanies to keep the vehicle safe, keep it operating.
Give me
The machine
a...
spirits love me.
Yeah, give me a tech use roll.
Are you gonna blow up this fucking ship? Oh,
Well, no, that's a massive success. I think my target was 71. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Massive
Okay.
success.
So you get a feel for this machine spirit. It allows you interface, and it's almost like an energetic horse, almost, or
Finally.
something like that. It's just like ripping through space. It's going, and you can almost feel the neural link with the pilot as well, and he's sort of complementing the same energy, and you guys are just ripping around asteroids and through turbulence and around debris, just like almost breaking plan. This guy is just pushing this Thunderbird to the like limits of its capabilities, and this pilot is just like keeping up with it.
So yeah, that's
He's
basically the
probably
duration.
insane.
He's not insane. He's faithful.
Oh yeah, no, he might become a saint someday. You don't know. He has seen the truth.
The saint of pilots.
There's been weirder things.
There has been.
Okay. The Howler comes out, Lothos. A few of the guardsmen do like grumble and like rub their temples as it begins to just scream litanies and praises at them. Lieutenant Daniels and Stock seem unaffected. A few of the guardsmen also don't give a shit. One of them probably likes it because he's probably praying.
We're going on to a fucking death planet, boys. Get your prayers in while you can.
Yeah, actually, you should have brought a chaplain to do a final.
And let us all pray together as we literally head to death.
Do you want to lead them in prayer, Lothos?
Sure, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, What kind of skills do you have?
Let's
Convince
see,
me.
I have charm, I have command, I have awareness, I have acrobatics, I have dodge, inquiry, medica,
Dodge.
Command.
command. Okay then.
And your background is Ministorum,
Adeptus Ministorum,
plus 10.
plus 10.
And you have the servo skull out, plus 5.
Plus 5. Okay, it's plus 15. Fuck.
You want to reroll?
Actually, wait. That's no wait. I made it. 53.
Made it?
Target was 67. I made it.
No, you roll 67, target 53.
Oh, that was a roll. Fuck. Damn. Makes it look like a roll with all those fucking numbers. Yeah, I'll re-roll.
Okay.
Do it.
Do it. 15. Click.
Ah,
That sucks.
I went
God.
down. I got 10 points closer.
That sucks dick.
Come on.
You pray out loud.
5 more
I mean,
points. 5 more.
You pray out loud. No one
What?
seems to mind, but it's not inspiring anyone.
It's close enough.
Modius, did you take Dane's Descent on this journey?
I do have it.
Okay. And this is like a, it's like a micro Uzi with a drum mag.
Yeah.
Sort of chromed out and tarnished silver look to it. And you sort of have it seated in your lap as you're strapped into this drop ship, and you're sort of just absent-mindedly, like, playing over it and the feels of the metal. And it's just a whisper. Almost like, it's like you didn't even hear it. It's like you thought you heard a whisper. Modius. You look up. You see the people in prayer, and you feel for some reason just a little guilty. You don't know why. You didn't do anything wrong. But it lingers. Anything else?
Can I tell that this? Do I know that it's this thing that I stole from the witch?
No. The concept
Well-
of a cursed item is still alien to you.
That's going to probably take away from anything else that I was going to try and do, so my attention is elsewhere.
Okay. You do feel a rumble of turbulence as your ship enters the atmosphere. It is quickly navigated through, though, and smoothed out. The pressure changes. The temperature begins to cool down within the cabin of the ship. As you push down, you hear the intercom. All right. I got you guys 15 seconds a drop, and then I'm out. Emperor be with all of us. And you'll see the red light for a drop begin blinking. And the gate or hatch will disengage, and there's a hiss of air pressure as it equalizes with the outer air pressure. You smell just a heady scent of deep forest and cold air, and the salty sting of ocean water. As you look at it, it's just this overbearing strand of just ocean of treetops. But as you sort of whip around, you see that there is a small lake or water feature, and it does have a open area. And he does manage to slow this thing down, and it's still moving, it's still slow when the lights go from red to green. And these guardsmen just, without a thought, just beeline out the hatch into the abyss.
Grabs the howler, just gets out. Let's go.
Do we have grab chutes, or are we like?
You don't know where you
fucking
are.
pulling?
You're just jumping.
Shit, all right, fucking yeehaw, fucking. I'll charge out too, like
Yeah. As
fucking
you
lemmings.
As you jump out, you do see that the pilot has dipped much lower. He's sort of corkscrewed down in this low sweep, and is basically like gunning the engines enough to sort of hover this Valkyrie, but he's still moving, and if he doesn't like rev out soon, he's gonna stall and crash. So you're a few meters off the ground. Barbosa, because of your catfall, I'm not even gonna make you roll anything. You land and tumble.
I fall out backwards, do a backflip.
The rest of you give me an agility check. We'll just do flat. That's not too far of a drop.
No dice.
34.
Oh, love those.
Fuck's sakes! And I guess I'm using another fate point.
How many do you have now?
I got none. This is my last one.
Oh,
Better than what it was.
it's true. Okay.
Better than what it was. I'm not breaking my neck. I'm
Gosh,
just falling
yeah.
on my ass.
All right, Lothos and Modius.
Fully expected this to happen anyways.
All right, what's your guys' toughness? Subtract your toughness bonus from 5. That's how many wounds you get.
Okay then.
Oh.
Right.
Is you basically just hit the fall wrong and just like go too rigid and like roll your ankle, or it's just knocks the wind out of you. It's painful. It's not like life ending, but
Only 1 point.
Yeah, same here.
Meanwhile,
You look up and you see me standing over, or well, rather Barbosa standing over you, lighting a new cigar. Right.
Phalos, with an 8, you're just gonna stand on the ramp for a second and then just face down over the edge and just plummet to the ground. But before you hit, your mechadandrites are just going to reach out and push out against the ground, and you get to do a nice little superhero landing.
I had full faith in the guy. I felt his energy. When he said go, I knew to go.
He is blessed. As he realizes you're all out, there is a backwash of intense heat from these engines as he just rips up, just furrowing through this water and just pushing this small pond up over the edges and out into this sort of grassy, sort of knee, shin height, grassy field around this pond. He is just out of there.
Good to see you didn't crash.
Again.
Just runs right into all the trees, like, ah.
Did anyone get his name?
No,
He doesn't need a name.
he's the pilot.
He just
That's
needs
all we need to know.
He just needs a machine to fly.
He's the pilot.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna get up and dust myself off. Or am I all wet now, or did we at least try?
You
land
landed.
dry?
You landed on grass. Yeah, you didn't land
Okay.
in the pond. The guardsmen have already fanned out. There's not a lot of cover. Most of them are just lying prone or crouched down. Their flamers in this place would not be optimal,
No,
but
maybe. Kind of.
Depends on what our task becomes.
but Stock, Barrel, and Lieutenant Daniels all have their weapons as well as you guys in case you don't want to use the flamer units. I'll say that each flamer unit also has 1 frag grenade.
Do they have any sidearms?
No. And that is Imperial Cannon. They don't have sidearms.
Okay, I was wondering.
We got like 8,000 guns. Just let them borrow some of yours.
Yeah.
They are all
No.
equipped with standard las guns.
Okay, then. Nice.
Standard las guns and combat knives is all they have. Or no, they have flamers. What the fuck am I saying? Never mind.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
was that with everything
No,
else?
I
They
was.
got just like-
I was.
heard
Yeah, never mind.
Impressive.
I heard what you meant.
Yeah. They all have flamers, big promethium tanks on their backs. So they're going to be chunky. They're not going to be very stealthy, but you have guys with flamethrowers. You don't need to be stealthy.
Let them know we're coming.
This must be what the Inquisitor feels like. Just
Kinda.
always.
Till we encounter a sniper, then shit goes down.
And they shoot one of the tanks, and then fucking everybody's dead.
All right.
Does anyone know where we're at?
No,
I was gonna say, can we see this city from here?
So Lieutenant Daniels will pull out a data slate as he tries to go through it. It's just fizzling and crackling. It's like, and then he'll reach into and pull out like a stiff metal case and pull out what is a sort of old school. They're glass sheets printed out with maps, and he uses a wax pen to sort of begin to triangulate where you are according to the designated LZ and the drop and all that and the wind and regions and all. He basically begins land navigating. Stock helps him as well. He passes. He goes, alright. Supposedly we're about 10 kilometers away from where all contact has been lost completely, whether it be servo skulls, scouts, whatever. It's that way. Now, neophytes, my men, the lead, we will fan out in front of you, as is standard procedure for flamer units. Then myself, Barrel, and Stock behind them, and you behind us, unless you would like it any other way.
Alright, mate. I'm gonna be doing my own thing, but that sounds good for everybody else. I'm gonna be off on the side. Your unofficial tale that maybe everybody else will miss in case y'all get engaged. I'll be your eyes in the back.
As you wish, neophyte.
I'm gonna be playing free safety, basically, just kind of like, because I'm
Cool.
faster than everybody else, just kind of like sneaking around in the backfield. Or the front, just kind of roaming around.
Swinging tree to tree and doing all
Mhm.
that.
Yeah,
Batman,
so
bro.
as you enter the wood line, it is going to be these huge, thick, think like redwoods, only twice as big. And just as far as the eye can see, it's almost disorienting just looking through the woods. There's no undergrowth, just this sort of dark brown, sort of mossy, spongy, decay of years and years of needles and rot just formulating on the forest floor. And it's dark in there. It is unnaturally dark in there.
Like, unnaturally, like,
Like, it's obvious how it is dark in there, but it's
But it's
also
like-
almost, it's
yeah.
almost as though the branches are aligning in such a perfect way to block out all sunlight.
Is this like the photovisor type of situation here?
Yeah, it's natural light. Like, the guardsmen actually with their flamers will just sort of increase the flame as they walk in, so there'll be a small gout just emanating from the front of their flamers, and they'll just be walking in. There's just this small stream of promethium just dripping from the nozzle as they're fanning out into this dark wood. You will hear Barrel as well. He'll start the engine on his chain, so it'll just be this low thrumming, just static chain, rumbling engine at his side. He doesn't look nervous. Both him, Barrel, and Lieutenant Daniels, I mean, this is what they do. Like, they're in their element.
What kind of warp sense do I get now at this point?
You want to do a science sense?
Absolutely.
Go ahead and roll. Plus 40.
Fuck.
40. It's not
I
hard
can't
roll.
be good.
You're gonna like,
Oh, it's
open your
further
third
down.
eye and immediately bleed from your other two.
Did you say plus 40?
Plus 40.
Jesus. Roll the 4, target 90. Wow.
Go
Nice.
ahead and roll on the warp phenomenon table.
Oh no.
I don't even.
It's in the quick ref.
What's that?
Give me 1 second.
I'll have to open it up.
Psyker phenomenon?
Yep.
Or
So
Oh,
it's
shit.
gonna be a 1d100. You could just roll a flat 1d100.
hey, no terms.
51.
The Furies!
Act in. That's a weird word. Hold on. I'll put it in the.
Shift up or down if you need to make it cool.
I'll put it in the.
You looked at the word
Okay.
and it's like, what the fuck?
ACTINIC discharge. Static electricity fills the air within 5d10 meters, causing hair to stand on end and unprotected electronics to short out. While the
Tech
Psyker
priest, no!
is wreathed in eldritch lightning.
Wow.
If you would like, I will let you use a fate point to re-roll the psychic phenomena.
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Holy shit.
It becomes worse.
That would suck. That would
Yeah,
actually-
that sounds pretty bad. Well,
Hopefully it's
65.
not Perils of the Wind.
65?
Yeah, no, that's like a 90 or above, I think, for the perils.
I think it's like
No, it's the Furies. So,
Uh,
the Psyker is assailed by unseen horrors. He is slammed to the ground and suffers 1d5 damage. You must test against fear 2. So, as you reach out with your very limited but sort of warp sense, there is just a piercing psychic scream that resonates through your brain. Your nose immediately starts gushing blood. You feel it welling up in your eyes as blood vessels just explode like lightning across your eyeballs. You are just thrown to the ground by the psychic force of this presence. And it just says to you, "Who walks my planet?" The rest of you see this happening as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna see me on my knees, just like probably screaming at this point.
With
Well,
blood running out of your eyes? My gun is at the back of his head.
It's also a -10 willpower test.
For the record, I did just get resistance to fear.
Cool. What does that
So
say?
plus 10.
Plus 10? Okay, so it'll be a flat willpower. Okay.
Ooh,
You've
nice.
managed to resist the fear of this voice. It is a... Well, actually, as well. Take one
Oh.
wound. Take one wound.
Oh, God,
no,
I
take
was-
one wound. That was pretty good. I didn't expect you to
Okay.
resist the fear. 1d5 is a lot. Especially since you're not a psyker. But this presence, yeah, it's just resonating in your brain. This voice demanding that you tell it why the Inquisition of Holy Terra dares to step foot on its planet. And that is where we're going to end the session for the night, guys. If you're watching, I hope you enjoyed the show. This
was
is
a
going to
cool
be on YouTube in a few days. If you missed the first half, this is Dark Heresy Whispers of the Eye. We are a total tabletop production. We stream every Monday at 6:30 Pacific time till roughly now. It depends. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I certainly did. I hope these guys did too. We will see you all next week. And until then, have fun.
Thanks.